morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. Oh my goodness. OBS crashed again. What's with all these crashes? Everything's up to date. I updated my graphics card. I updated OBS again. I updated everything, so... Okay, it's okay though. You know, it is what it is. It's working now. Plus. I think I got some scuff luck, so it should be fine. Wanna know why? Because look! This pack has 2 6 stars. Which means... Brother you, right? If none of these are Brother you, I'ma cry. I wanna play the horse game already. I was supposed to play it last night, but then the tsunami stuff happened. Like, gosh darn it, weather. But now for different gacha. Hummus. Bumble? Oh yeah, Brother you is coming home for sure no matter what. It's either he comes home now, or I break up my wallet and cry in the corner. Yeah, luckily my house is fine. But yeah, it was like the most extreme jump scare yesterday. Like at work, I'm like, why is my phone going off? Why are all of our phones going off? And it was like, oh, tsunami alert. Like, oh, okay. Like, okay. This is how it is? Well. Yes! Brother you! Look, the scuff luck actually added up! Oh, he's so adorable. Now cook for me! I mean, please cook for me. Okay, if I'm too forceful, oh gosh. Or I wonder how he'll be happy. He'll be like, oh my goodness, look at this place. It has all my siblings. An verdant. Let me just go through now at this point. Ansel. Catapult. Oh, Pokemon fan games are fun. Even forceful who just outforced me. Understandable. Hey, Shirayuki. I wonder if she's gonna show up in Hoshiguma's event. And now for the next 6 star. Ah! I knew it! Blaze likes me. Or should I say goo? Ta-da! Yo, Fate, that is the one that's on my phone right now. I have that. I haven't gotten too far, unfortunately. I think I already maxed out my surfer. And there's Myrtle. But yeah, ta-da! Now if only this came out earlier, aka to my account, then I would have suffered less. Sheesh. Ta-da! Brother you! I don't have enough stuff to max him, unfortunately, but it's okay. You know, he's cute. And that's what matters. Yeah, I have like nothing for him. Sorry, brother you. But wow, look at this. Look at Blaze. She likes me. A decent amount, which is hello. Okay. Phew. And now let's go back to such is the joy of our reunion. I am finishing this. So OR-7. Meaty platter. I don't know why it sounds funny. So meaty, so juicy. Yummy, yummy. Ooh, is this the part for the prison?
You sure are lucky. All my years at the Judicial Review Office, and you're the first I've seen who has the chance to get out of this damn prison alive. I myself have never expected it to turn out this way. Humph, that's what's wrong with all you clerical types. Always living for the day, never thinking about the consequences. All the time spent researching, all those years of blood, sweat, and tears, all for a dish at the feast and one very angry lung. You caused quite the ruckus and ended up in here. Are you happy? It is as you say. But my deeds are loyal and just. This I know, my conscience is clear. Those who peer into Finpons to find omens will see omens. So what comes next in your plans? The order to transfer has already been issued. I'll be joining the diplomatic mission to Victoria in 3 days. After all that happened, I can no longer stay in Baizhou. These arrangements are the fruit of Minister Ning's efforts. Victoria? How are you supposed to get to Victoria with a body like yours? To be favored with a pardon is all I need to ask for. Besides, I can consider going to Victoria or returning home. Can you really? I remember you saying your wife and child already passed away, no? Yes, it has been many years since that day.
Huh?
Even if I did believe you, do you think other people will?
Oh, I guess that was a lie. He just told them, oh no, my wife and child, they passed away on the way to Victoria. They never made it there. Aw man, what a shame.
If you can remember things that happened back then, so can others. Do you know how many eyes will be watching you when you return? What am I to do? Please speak plainly. Lend me your life, my friend. That unvarnished truth you crave, I will give it to you.
Oh, this guy is finally showing up again. The first time I came to Baizhou to further my studies left a deep impression on me. Skyscrapers that blotted out the heavens, an unending sea of brilliant lights. And in the center of all those lights was the Forbidden City. 1,000 feet it teetered, its lofty heights unseen from the ground. My teacher said this was where every policy was decided, where every decree was handed down, each one affecting the lives of untold commoners. A duty heavier than mountains, and thus it is here that every student can put to use all they have learned, to serve the lands and the people. But when I stood here, in the flesh, facing that palace of edifice with high walls, I felt a chill sap away my breath. You've arrived early, Mr. Liang.
Miss Ning?
Hmm? You seem surprised. Do you not wish to see me?
Hardly.
Yeah, brother, you came home and it's so funny. All the scuff luck finally added up. I got brother you and Blaze in the same pool. I'm like, gosh darn it though, Blaze. I summoned Blaze 3 times to get one you. Yeah. Right at the beginning, I was like, okay, yay, the scuff luck actually added up.
Hardly. I simply had not heard you would also be attending the Feast of 100 Delicacies, Miss Ning.
Minister Ning is ill, so for this year's feast, the Ministry of Rites had no choice but to send me to attend instead. It was a rather last-minute decision, so I did not have the time to tell you, my lord. I suppose that leaves us equals in silence, since it seems you never planned to tell me that you were attending either.
I am merely here as a part of my work. I did not wish to bother you, Miss Ning.
I'm suddenly reminded of how, aside from Shangshu, we have not met for the better part of the year. Several of my letters to you during that time received no answer. Bro, you didn't respond to Chuchu? You left her unread? So rude. Next to you for one, please. I kind of wish that my luck was like that to an extent, but at the same time, I feel for you. That's like, no. I sneezed. The thought of that made me sneeze. I'm allergic to questionable gacha luck.
It can be hard to put words to paper, and I find myself often mired in official business. I've been negligent in maintaining my side of the conversation. I cannot deny your blame, Miss Ning.
Well, at least he's admitting to it. Because, oh, that sounds so terrible. Like, how long does it take to send letters across the land? And for several of those letters to not get a response? Where have I mentioned blaming you, my lord? During your time as magistrate, even the smallest needs of your hometown never left your thoughts. Now with expanded duties, the concerns have only increased. But for some reason, after only 6 short months, I feel as though we have become estranged. Okay, 6 months, depending on how many times you actually respond to her, that's kind of like, ah. I'm just imagining within those 6 months, he probably only sent 1 letter. It's ah. As if there are some things we cannot say to the other. Putting that aside for the moment, this is the first time you are attending the feast, yes?
Yes, my early years were spent in Changshu, so I had little opportunity to take part in government events such as this.
Major topics are often deliberated upon during these feasts. The question this year is, what decision will His Majesty make in regards to this war?
I dare not make any sort of wild conjecture on His Majesty's thoughts.
But you're a clever man, Mr. Liang. Your conjectures are always correct. You did, in fact, have something in your mind the other day, and you wanted to discuss it with grandfather, did you not?
I dare not lie to you, Miss Ning.
Phrase it how you will. I'm always happy to hear that you wish to see me. But I'm afraid that, for you, I've never been someone to be trusted or to entrust things with. Oof.
I believe there may have been a misunderstanding, Miss Ning.
I do not mean to blame you. Who among us did not detest the murky secrets of the bureaucracy when these red robes were first draped over us? But now, we must navigate all this wheeling and dealing, like it or not. I may not be close to the center of the court, but there's one thing even I know. It is difficult to speak the truth, and even more difficult to make others believe you are speaking the truth. Once you enter the palace walls, the words sincerity means less than nothing.
But all I've ever shown you is sincerity, Miss Ning. No matter what may come, I've always hoped that you would remember.
We should take our seats now, Mr. Liang. Let's head inside. Yeah, if they met under different circumstances, or actually, no. Maybe they still could if they worked on their communication. The main issue is communication. Come on, step on it. Check over your ingredients one last time when you're done. The guests have already seated. We need to start serving as soon as the order comes in. Inspect all your ingredients. Check on the stews and soups while you're at it. The bliss soup on stove number 90. I don't know how, but the color seems to be a bit off. What? How many times do I have to say to cut the vegetables into finger-width cubes? No more, no less. And it's supposed to be on the fire for 20 hours. No breaks. Someone must have screwed something up. Alright, move aside. I'll come have a look. Hey, over here. Why are you still wearing those clothes? Scared people won't notice you or something? Formal dress for formal occasions. I kept these clothes at home just in case. But this is the kitchen. Don't you have anything more suitable to put on? No. You... Hey. Is disguising yourself not something natural for judicial officers? What nonsense are you talking about? Deputy Minister of the Judicial Review Office is not some undercover ghost. Though I have found myself sneaking around a lot lately for some reason. Alright, enough muttering. Change into these clothes. You follow the army of waiters into the banquet area as they're serving up the dishes. Then change back into your fancy robe when you can. Fine. This kind of infiltration really does make me a little nervous. But you said you were going to stand up to see justice restored. So if you make the true Lung mad, is he just going to arrest you right away, or is he going to... There's a tradition of remonstration during the Feast of 100 Delicacies. Besides, we're just going to request the reopening of an old case due to inconclusive evidence. Why would the true Lung be mad at me? Although there is one thing. Which is... Have you ever thought about, what if
What if the truth we managed to dig up in this case turned out to be the complete opposite of what we thought? What if you found out everything around you was one big lie?
What are you talking about? Didn't we do all this to get the truth in the first place? If it's a lie, we'll smash it to pieces. Why the hesitation? We've come this far already. What choice do we have? Okay. Blaze, I think... Your father, he was likely a good man. Huh? Why this all of a sudden? Promise me this. If something unexpected happens, you must take care of yourself for... Shh! Someone's coming. Hide. Under the stove. Did we just shove her in the stove?
Is everything ready?
Ready, chef.
These longevity noodles you're in charge of may be simple, but they're still vital for the feast. Make no mistakes while preparing them.
Understood.
You. Although I do not know why your Shifu did not wish to come to the feast, I believe he had his reasons to choose you. Once the feast is over, I will give you the opportunity to take on my mantle.
Me?
Not happy to hear that.
There's a lot of chefs who would pinch themselves awake if they were told they were going to be your apprentice. But I don't understand. Why are you entrusting all the skills you've learned to your entire life to only one person?
Nonsense. Do you notice how many examinations a Ding Feng Lo head chef puts the prospective students through before they choose an apprentice? Not to mention the fact that my own Shifu was the one who penned the Book of Foods, with recipes from all of our major cuisines, and have served us well for decades worth of feasts. Out of the hundreds of chefs in this Ding Feng Lo kitchen who have honed their craft for many years, Shifu chose me to take the reins. Just me. Generations of exquisite artisanship in these hands. You let anybody smudge it.
But no matter how exquisite the artisanship is, you're making the dish for people to eat. Haha, what I mean is teaching a single apprentice who's as good as you really more important than teaching a bunch of chefs who can do a decent job? The more you teach, the more can cook, which means even more of Yan can enjoy tastier food or something.
That's enough of your disrespectful rubbish. Focus on your noodles.
I still want those noodles.
Have the preparations been made? Units enter the high state of alert, and the city defenses are all in position. The citizens have been evacuated, leaving 20,000 soldiers and 3,000 Tianchis able to take to the field at any time. They await your orders. Okay, let us see if the moon's wax are weighing in our favor tonight. General, the Grand Commandant's messenger has arrived. At this hour? Where's the message then? He didn't have one. All he had to deliver was a box of mooncakes. He said the Grand Commandment had only one thing to say to you, General. Eat them while they're hot. Don't let them get cold.
Delicious mooncakes. Yummy, yummy. You received my notice, Lord Zuo. Oh, Brother G.
It has been a while. Are you faring well? You. No need to be so tense. This pawn shop has long since closed its doors, no only bothering us. Why meet me alone? Shouldn't I be asking you that, Lord Zuo? What do you mean? I opened this pawn shop on a whim during my stay in Baizhou, and for a time, business was booming. Every day would see customers bring in all sorts of curios, scrolls, precious baubles, and odd gemstones. In the end, many of them were taken by my wandering younger brother and placed within his garden. The most curious thing was that all the customers who came by the shop had one thing in common. They were looking for me. You think far too highly of yourself. Well, since you have come to see me, does it not mean you have something to discuss, Lord Zuo? Perhaps I could answer one or two questions plaguing you. All I want to know is, why have you come to Baizhou? If that convict has decided now is the time to declare war on Yan, all that awaits him is death and destruction. But I'm sure he knows that already. Indeed, my elder brother is skilled at the art of the gridded board and naught else, though it is a formidable and well-honed skill at that. Do you still remember the Shanghai Zong who appeared in Yumen, Lord Zuo? During the Sui regulator's analysis of the incident, we noticed traces of another Fairmut proxy's actions. Wang is suspected of being involved. What are you trying to say? I'm sure you remember, Lord Zuo, that during the hunt 1,000 years ago, the Farinmut of Yan were either put to the sword or banished. Has a Sui regulator ever wondered, considering my brother was able to find one of them? Could he perhaps have found more than just one? During the many years since the incident, the Sui regulator have watched closely his every movement within Yan's borders. But have they never considered the possibility that one of his weighty stones might leave the country? Don't underestimate our intelligence network. The Sui regulator have never stopped keeping an eye on the Farinmut outside. If they make any sudden movements, our Farinmutologists will surely sense something.
I don't know why, I just think it sounds funny. Ah yes, the Farinmutologists. How does one study to become a Farinmutologist?
I'm sure they did. They should be on their way back to Yan right about now. Please treat this information as my humble gift to you, Lord Zuo. How you use it is for you to decide. Why are you telling me this? You're one of the convict's conspirators, so why tell us his plans? In truth, though I'm indeed in collaboration with my brother, our hearts are not as one. We have our differences. He insists on seeing a victor decided. I, on the other hand, prefer doing my business in a more amicable fashion. As for why I chose you, Lord Zuo, I feel like we are kindred spirits.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's like, you and I, Brother G, are kindred spirits.
What? I profess I have some skill in reading people. My intuition tells me we have the opportunity to do business once again in the future. It is possible that the fate of us siblings will lie in your hands, Lord Zuo. To be able to chat with you on this festive day, even for but a moment, even before a moment, is destiny at work. I hope that in the future you can see me as a man you can discuss things with.
Food time. Ayo.
What's wrong?
Sorry, my hand is cramped. Could I hold it steady?
You seriously? Bah!
Sorry, I'll go back to the kitchen and get a new one.
Do it quick. The manners are all seated already. Once the true long arrives, the banquet will start. Do you need help, madam? Madam?
Hey, hello. Today has been tiring at work. Like, holy cow. But it's okay, I took a nap when I got home. Though I woke up in a pile or in a puddle of sweat because, it's too hot.
I am here for the feast of 100 delicacies. All the mandarins should have already been seated. May I ask why? Forgive me. I was delayed on the road here. I will head in right away. Please wait a moment. Madam, please show your invitation to the feast. Why? Is me standing here not invitation enough? A routine inspection. I beg your pardon, madam.
My lady, you dropped something of yours. Oh, nice save. You? You left in such a rush. How could you not have noticed you dropped something so important? Good thing I spotted it.
Madam Tang of the Ministry of Revenue, please forgive my earlier impertinence. There are no further issues here, but the feast is about to begin. Please take your seat as quickly as you can.
That invitation is a forgery. It will only work the one time. Do take care when you're inside.
I know you. You're one of the ladies at the Ning Manor.
I'm also a friend of Blaze. I spotted her name on the chef roster and guessed at your plan. The rest you will simply have to beg forgiveness from the true long after meeting him.
But don't you know? If this case is reopened, you'll be ruined.
But the one most heavily implicated by this case would be Blaze, no? Didn't you already agree to help her find the truth? What else is there to worry about? Besides, if you really do manage to pull back the curtain on all this, well, that's what I was after in the first place.
Thank you.
What good friends Blaze has. Oh, pretty! We get to see the fireworks. Despite all my years as a Mandarin, I rarely set foot in the Forbidden City. I see towering palaces pressed up against the sky, majestic and stately. I see a banquet of incomparable bounty, each and every seat filled. The lamps are bright as day. Even the moonlight envelops them. But what I cannot see is who hid away these names, who does not want to see the truth come to light. I suddenly recall the words. Will you be able to handle the truth? I'd want to be outside. Dining outside is sometimes more fun than inside.
Yu Chang, what exactly did you see? How strange. The feast has already started, so why is His Imperial Majesty not yet arrived?
No need to panic. His Imperial Majesty is busy. Something urgent might have come up. All we can do is wait.
I heard he's been ill for a while now. What if it's something to do with that?
Shh! Stop blabbering. Preposterous! Simply preposterous! Don't you know where we are? What right have you to obstruct a court mandarin? Oh, it's her again. What's all this noise about?
This man says he's Assistant Minister Tang Jian of the Ministry of Revenue. We already checked, and every seat under the Ministry of Revenue is already accounted for. I am Tang Jian. None of this, he says rubbish. Look, do you see the seal in my hand? Whose name is on it?
I know, right? I hope she becomes playable too. She looks cool. All fall silent. 3 blasts of the horn mark the 7th hour of the night. The moon shine bright overhead, their lights so clear they wash away all color. All rise. One by one, the mandarins stand, looking towards the center of the feast with bated breath, waiting for the one meant to be seated at the head of the table.
I have something to report, Your Majesty.
Oh? Flames? Oh no, this is gonna look so bad. Like, oops. Right when she arrives, the flames start. It's like, I swear it's not me. Fire. None knew where the burst of flame came from, but all it needed was a gust of autumn wind to engulf the entire banquet. It must be him. I mean, look at that dragon face. The flickering flames act like wild beasts, brandishing their fangs and claws as they pace about over the table. The wind blows, and the beasts of fire grow and grow and grow with speed. The conflagration blows and bulges, letting off unsettling noises. Some liken it to shouting, others to laughter. Bizarre flames pour out like falling rain. Having already tainted the feast of 100 delicacies, they flit and flicker as they climb up the faces of the panicking mandarins. What is going on? Ooh. Meaty platter. Delicious, yummy, yummy. I know, right? It's like, just because you weren't invited doesn't mean you have to ruin this for the others. Oh, I wonder how offended Brother you would be, especially from this. It's like, how dare you ruin a nice dinner, that my apprentice is participating in? Like, even more offensive. Okay, now over here, it'll be fun to finally raise him and then have flames of passion on my side. I will have the flames. Reminiscence? Interesting. Okay, I'll see how that is once that eventually gets here. This is fine. And you know what? Right here. That sounds good too. Whee! And healing's always good. No fear. Okay, this works out decently. Ta-da! Oh, I should just use this already. Why not? And there it goes. Good dragon. No! Stop corrupting the thingies! No corruption here. Okay, over there, over here. Ta-da! Oh, heck yeah! You with Golden Glow and Lappy would be amazing. But right now I'm just clearing these with my operators only just because I want to be able to just automatically farm afterwards. Fire! Fire! Assassins, protect His Majesty! Guards, guards!
Put out that fire. Lock the dining area down.
Take care. The source of this fire. Everyone, stay away from the wine in the cups. A fire that does not burn hot. Who did this, and what are they up to? It doesn't burn hot? Oh, it's a fancy magic trick! Oh my goodness! Lin Qingyan tries to calm down the panicking crowd, but her voice is quickly drowned out by the shouting and screaming. In the midst of the chaos, she spots a familiar face. Their eyes meet for only a moment, but she's more sure than anything. That person saw her and saw her attempt to cross the line of propriety in front of all. But the target is not her. Blaze.
What's going on? What's with all the ruckus?
This is bad. I heard some kind of demonic fire broke out in the banquet. No idea how it happened. The guards have the dining area surrounded. No idea what's going on inside or if His Majesty's hurt. They're talking about cutting the feast short. Lin Qingyan.
We've been notified of unknown personas infiltrating the feast. We will now be conducting an inspection. I ask that everyone stay where they are and not move. Please cooperate.
Damn it. What the hell happened over where Lazy is? This is bad. I can't have her fend... I can't leave her to fend for herself. I need to go take a look.
You there, stop moving!
What do I do? What do I do? I can't get in a fight here. No time to think, damn it.
After her.
Or it's like, oh no, I have to use the bathroom, I'm sorry. Excuse me. If only that excuse could work.
1st Battalion, 5th Battalion, seal off the southern entrance. 7th and 9th, close the northern gate. Everyone else, sweep the palace from the south to north. If you find anyone suspicious, arrest them immediately. Our intel says there are at least 2 culprits working together to ruin the feast, so take care.
So many guards, what a pain. What kind of trouble did you manage to get yourself into here, Lazy? Sounds like you haven't gotten caught yet, at least. So where the hell are you? Oh, this is gonna look extra sus. 2 culprits, Shh. This palace is way too big. Why are you here? Shh. I thought you just wanted to ask His Majesty to reopen the case. How did it come to this? I don't know either. That fire's not our doing. But the timing... You need to leave right away. There's no talking your way out of it if they find you. What I need to do is save Lin Qingyan. Let me go look for her. How can I ask you to do something that dangerous? I'm more familiar with the Forbidden City than you are. Even if I did get caught, I'll have some leeway to explain myself. Don't worry, I'll find her. But... You still don't trust me? What, still angry at me? Of course not. Head to the southern exit before the guards seal it off. We'll meet up at the restaurant once we're out of here. Okay. You take care too. Wait, did the soldiers manage to get a good look at you? Yeah, I think so. That's Not good. Oh, I know. Let's swap clothes. Come on, get them off.
I saw someone running. Away up ahead, over there.
Food, you heard food, where food? Food's on fire, unfortunately. The dining area's been cleared out. Deputy Minister Lin wouldn't be here. But who started all this? But who started all this at the feast? I hope Blaze managed to make it out by now. Uh-oh.
Why is she here? These two. Is this fate at work?
Looks like it's not too far away. It's not too far away now. Wonder how things are going over there on their side.
Found you. Who's there? So it was you.
Misunderstanding.
Damn, that was one hell of a sword. You're not dressed like your average soldier. What are you, a general? See the chatter. So you're the one Lin Qingyang has been hiding behind her back. But why would she bring you to the Forbidden City?
So I know it's impolite to barge in on someone else's banquet, but would you believe me if I said we didn't mean anything bad by it? What I'm trying to say is that this is all a misunderstanding.
There's no misunderstanding here. The Imperial Guard have been searching for you for 40 years. You are her descendant.
What are you talking about? Whose descendant? Who's her?
You really don't know. No, it seems you're not lying. All this time you've been hidden away, and nobody thought to tell you about your history.
Haha, got me there. I'm pretty curious about it, not gonna lie. Anyone I ask about it? Anyone I can ask about it? But seriously, the Imperial Guard? Looking for me?
40 years ago, only a single child was unaccounted for in the family of a treasonous Mandarin.
What are you talking about?
Blaze, I need to confirm something. You were born in 1062, in Victoria, right?
Yes. For as far back as I can remember, I lived in Victoria.
Your father seemed to have been spending a lot of time pursuing a certain truth in the last few years of his life. What if you found everything around you was one big lie?
What? You're talking nonsense. Bizui.
You're a person of interest. We'll figure out what to do with you after questioning. Come with me. Forget that.
Gah.
You're no weakling, it seems. I might not be able to take you in without hurting you. If you don't wish to be harmed, then surrender immediately.
I'm not in the mood for jokes right now. Hello, hello? Well, yeah. I mean, you saw what Guchuan's hair color was, right? Guchuan hair and eye color matches, you know. Does not match Blaze. So unless Mama had black hair and everything, then,
Huh. Didn't I tell you to save yourself if something happened?
Lin Qingyan. Lin Qingyan's eyes meet Blaze's. She understands what has happened, but all she has to offer is silence. She turns and stands in front of Blaze, shielding her.
Your deeds at the Judicial Review Office are worthy of my respect, Deputy Minister Lin, and I was kind enough to remind you before. It seemed to decide to completely ignore my warning. I am perfectly aware what I'm doing. I don't need your reminders. You know who she really is. And to go so far as to protect the descendant of a traitorous Mandarin. Why? For the truth. The truth you're all too afraid to talk about. Lin Jingyan. I wonder, he probably realized his failure afterwards. He's probably like, oh shoot, she's growing up with a different hair color than the Mandarin. Oh no, I think I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong baby. Oopsies. What are you two talking about? What do you mean? I'm the descendant of a traitor. My dad, who is he? Why did he die? Forgive me. I was planning to tell you everything after tonight, but it seems now is not a good time. I'll make it up to you later, however you like. Provided we make it out of here alive, that is. She'll be coming with me tonight. As long as I am here, she will not. Forget that. You will need 3 of you to simply obstruct me. Lin Jingyan, go already. A burst of lightning blasts open a hole in the palace wall. Before the dust has even settled, a somewhat gentler blast of energy strikes Blaze. She is sent flying out of the Forbidden City, falling towards a distant patch of ground. Blaze has done these sort of high-altitude leaps countless times before as a form of dynamic entry into the battlefield, or wherever happened to need her. She has never once felt fear. She believed in her own strength and in her many friends. There was never any confusion in her mind either. She knew who she was. She knew where she must go. She knew what she believed in. There is no plot that can hold back her heart, just like how the mists of dawn cannot hide away the sun. But now, what awaits her is no longer solid ground, but an endless abyss. She closes her eyes. Yeah, for Gucci one, it'd be a lose-lose either way. Where? Ningyin lies on the bed, her breathing faint. The crutch in the old man's hand shudders, and he nearly falls over. After having seen so many things across so many years, he thought nothing more in this world could shock him. His lips open and close, yet try as he might, he can make no sound until someone in the shadows begins to speak first. She yet lives. It's you. Stay your steps, Mr. Nape. Come no closer. You never saw me tonight, and she never left the house. But why? She intruded upon the feast of 100 delicacies. She was with that girl when I discovered her. If she had run into anyone else, she would not still be alive. Impossible. 40 years. I can't believe it's you again. 40 years ago, you left her here. Now you save her life once more. Save her from a terrible fate. Fate. This must be fate. No, I'm not playing Fate. I'm playing Arknights tonight, not Fate. Fate's tomorrow. There's no escaping it. There never was. I did not leave her here for her sake. It was you who saved her, Mr. Ning. You once swore an oath to never let anyone know the truth of this case in exchange for her name, but it seems you are now wavering when it comes to past vows. The True Long will know of tonight's events. The choice is yours, Mr. Ning. A gust of wind, and it was like nobody was even there. The old man stands in stunned silence. His daze is interrupted as he hears a sound coming from outside the courtyard walls. A sound like roaring, like weeping, like admonishment. I must be going mad. It's autumn. Why do I hear cicadas? What a night. Where? How did I get here? Oh, finally awake, I see. I knew I went to a feline look at you. You're as lively as a fin on a line. Jang was making a fuss about calling a doctor. He was shouting so hard he forgot what time it was. How long was I out? Wait, where are they? Lin Qingyan, did Ning Yin come by here? Seriously, how did I get here? Alright, slow down. I don't even know where to start with all these questions. Last night, I was on my way to the night market to get some cheap veggies when I found you lying down in the middle of the street. Thought you were drunk at first. I was worried you'd freeze to death or something, so I brought you back here. You were cursing up a storm in your sleep. Hypocrite this, swindler that, and a lot more besides. Tisk. I don't know where you managed to learn such creative Yanese. The Ning Ying you mentioned, and whoever this Lin Qingyan is, never seen them before, so I don't know if they were here. I need to go find them. Whoa, where are you going? The Forbidden City. I just saw a whole bunch of guards patrolling around there. You think you can still get in? I don't care. I have to go. Who do you think you were going to find after having lost yourself like that? What are you talking about?
Yes, the mystery and drama of the Blaze family tree can be summed into 2 words. You're adopted.
Just speaking the truth here. You lost yourself, yeah? You don't know where your self has gone, where it's wandered off to. You hear a few words from someone else, and wouldn't you know it, you barely even know your own name, much less who you are. Such absurdity. A tangerine seed is blown from Jiangnan to Jiangbei, where it takes root and yields fine fruit. What let the seed grow so well wasn't Jiangnan or Jiangbei, but decades worth of rain and sun. It's ultimately the same fruit. Jiangnan and Jiangbei might not be the same place, but an orange is an orange. Doesn't matter where you eat it. All things begin, all things end. This is the outer truth and the inner truth. Once you figure that out, then you can get back to asking your questions.
Do you know something about all this? What do you know? Tell me!
What do I know? I'm a chef. All I know is how to season my ingredients. How to boil stuff, stir-fry stuff, regular fry stuff. Oh right, Sing reminded me of something. Weren't you trying to find authentic tangerine cakes? I think I know how to make those.
Oh, now he knows, huh? At least we're finally getting the mystery of the tangerine cakes. Cool. Golden rice crust. Yummy, yummy. I love that. My best friend turned out to be my sister.
1 tangerine cake, to go please. Oh, you're here. Sending it to Victoria this time as well.
Bruh, he was the one who made them all along.
No, not sending it. I need to go back right away. Though it's hard to see if I even can go back. This time. Just a snack for the road. Wow, your cough's gotten pretty bad. I don't think you should be eating sweets right now. I'll boil up a bowl of loquat soup. I'm fine. It's not to do with my lungs. Doesn't matter where the problem is. You've got to take care of yourself. You've seen a doctor about it? Yes. I don't have much time left, apparently. I'd say I'm beyond having to mind what I eat. Huh? It's fine. Everyone has to die someday. I've done pretty much everything I needed to get done.
How can you say something like that? Didn't you say you still have family in Victoria? They're waiting for you to go home.
Yes. I held on to that hope that I could see them again, but it seems that won't be happening. I might have been a useless good-for-nothing my entire life, but at least I can say I haven't disgraced what little ideals and righteousness I still have in me. But only now that I'm at the end, have I realized I owe them far too much. Isn't that just how people are? Things like that happen from time to time. If you try and be the perfect people pleaser, you're a fool. But surely you still want to go home, right? I want to see them, but if I don't, they'll have easier lives. That's just how people are. If you want to get something done, you need to put something down. Everyone else has put their things down, so I should too. I've been in your care for so many years now, young chef. Even my final few words in this reverie of mine are for your ears only. Then, is there still something you want? I want
tangerine cakes. Yummy, yummy.
You need to pay more attention. Look at the spot you swept. It's still covered in ash. Make sure not to miss any corners either. Anything dirty has to be cleaned. We're moving out soon and we cannot leave behind any trouble for the house's next owner. It is rather late, Mr. Ning. Where are you headed off to? Oh, don't mind me. Just going out for a walk.
Mr. Ning's been acting really odd today. Why is he spending all Mid-Autumn Festival watching us clean the house instead of gazing at the moon?
That's enough questions out of you. Focus on your sweeping. With such brilliant moonlight tonight, we should give it a pristine spot to land on.
Yeah, he's totally worried about the manor's next owners and not because evidence.
How did I get here? Grandfather's study?
Her mind lurches on the edge of consciousness. She feels as though she has forgotten something important. An old book lies upon the desk in silence. Annals of Yan, Volume 124, Supplement 17, 1062. Since when was there such a book in the Imperial Historical Records? Grandfather? It's been years since there was a criminal thrown into the 5th floor of this prison. What's the story tonight?
Assassinating someone at court. The Imperial Guard themselves are dragging the culprit here. What a ruthless! Shh! Don't think too hard about it and don't ask too many questions. Just keep a close eye on the culprit. You and I won't be enough to fix any mistakes.
It seems that everything I've run into since my return to Baizhou has been part of some grand plan. A trail of clues laid out in front of me like bait, leading towards a dead end. Not only was the perpetrator highly skilled at kung fu, but they also had an intimate knowledge of the Judicial Review Office's layout. They must have been working with Yu Cheng for quite some time. Yu Cheng asked you to take notes during his trial. This is why you stand here now, and it's also the reason I cannot allow you to participate any further. Whatever Yu Cheng's plan, you're most certainly a part of it.
Deputy Minister Lin, surely you wouldn't ask if you didn't know the answer already. Can you not see the truth, or do you simply pretend you can't because you don't dare to?
What makes you so dead set in this case, Sensor Jie Zhen? As the moon slowly sinks into the west, their light passes through the barred window and scatters on the far wall of the cell. The night air condenses into dew, beating on Lin Qingyan's brow.
Were it not for the scent of mold, this prison would actually be a good place to meditate. Indeed, while I was waiting here, I managed to figure out many things that have been on my mind. It was you who set the scroller on fire. Was it an answer I gave you here, or one you puzzled out beforehand?
Oh, the hood came down, finally.
We meet again, Deputy Minister Lin.
It's like fancy seeing you here in prison, oh my goodness, hi!
Hey, I'm not in the mood to discuss snacks with you right now. I've got people to save. Calm down, take it easy. Is it any use being so high-strung when you have so much to do? What do you know? All I know is that if the heat ain't right, don't take off the lid. You can't skip out on the meals if you have something big to do. If you don't eat, you're not getting anything done. Here, try this. Is this the tangerine cakes you're looking for? Where'd you always say I wouldn't be able to find it, even if I searched all of Baizhou? I also said I'm the best chef in all of Baizhou. As long as the taste exists, I can replicate it. And this one's my own creation. It won't count for our bet.
Does this mean he was cheating for the bet? He knew all along it was his own tangerine cakes. Gosh darn it. Rather you. And I know, right? It's like Blaze. Oh my, her family tree.
Isn't this the same tangerine cakes you made before?
Despite her skepticism, Blaze shoves a cake into her mouth. She's tried many fine dishes over the last few days and learned a lot about how to critique food during that time. The cake in front of her cannot be considered tasty. Xingzu was right. Too much sugar will overwhelm the fragrance of the tangerine peel, while too much oil destroys the texture of the cake itself. I like how over this time she became a gourmet. She's like, these used to taste better in my memories. Ah. Oof. It is not a tasty snack, but it is an exact match for the taste in your memories. No Michelin star for you. How do you know this recipe?
You were so hung up on my tangerine cakes not being sweet enough. It got me wondering what kind of chef would make them that sweet. Then I thought, what if the one who made them so sweet didn't do it for the taste? That means... You said you ate these in Victoria, right? I'm reminded of a regular customer I had many years ago. He always ordered some tangerine cakes and said he was going to send some off to his daughter in a foreign land. I told him they'd spoil long before they got to her. But he refused to believe me. He processed it a bit himself and wrapped it up in layer after layer of letter paper. You could barely tell if it was a letter or some food by the end of it. You knew him! He came here. I've been searching for him all this time. Do you know what happened to him? I wouldn't say I knew him. He was just a regular customer for many years. I vaguely remember him always coming over before it was even bright out to order the cheapest breakfast I had on the menu. Then he'd sit by the window like he was waiting for someone. Breakfast. Waiting for someone? Who? How should I know? See for yourself.
I want to know what's on the breakfast menu. Day breaks. The fateful moons brush against the horizon. As the night comes to a close, there are perhaps many in slumber, enjoying dreams of happy reunions. Diligent hawkers are up early setting up their stalls, their shouts echoing down the streets, rousing the sleepers of the metropolis. Blaze spots a familiar figure by the street corner. The small restaurant and the serene manor are separated by no more than a street corner, a fact barely worth noticing during normal times. Was this what he was looking at year after year? Aww. I know, right? So close yet so far, but at least he got to watch it from a distance. And yeah, he probably recognized her. I mean, look, they literally have the same hair color and eye color. It's like, yep, that's my girl.
It's you. It's really you.
Like, sorry for stealing your dad. Oops.
You're here.
Yeah, he did meet her, but he couldn't say anything.
I never thought I would see you again in my lifetime.
The man leaning against the corner is clothed in near rags. He grasps a mooncake in his hands, his face awash in crumbs, ignorant of his guest. A smear of light leaks through the bars of the cell window, painting the criminal's gaunt face in stark relief.
The Judicial Review Office is truly kind, even as prisoners get a mooncake for the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's delicious. Want a bite? No need. I'll be having my meals in this prison soon enough. I'll have my own to enjoy.
I love how nonchalant that is. It's like, I am here to check out my new home. Oh, this is how the prison is. Ooh, we get mooncakes. Wonderful. Yummy, yummy.
Pity. We still have so much to talk about. It's not quite the same without something to munch on, right?
The old man lets out a dry laugh, taking a seat across from the showily dressed prisoner.
For decades, you have wanted to ask an old man like me your questions. I suppose today's your lucky day. You should hate me, Mr. Ning. You're one step away from being able to go back home without a heavy heart. One step away from enjoying your twilight years back with your family. Just one small step. Ha 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 ha. I really should hate you when you put it like that. I'd like nothing more than to charge at you and tear away your flesh with my teeth.
Just imagining that. It's like, you're right, I do hate you. Jumps across Steve and bites into him.
But on second thought, you've given up decades of your life and your position as Deputy Minister at the Judicial Review Office for me, spending the rest of your years within a cell. No matter how you look at it, it should be you who hates me. Ha ha ha. You're overthinking it, Mr. Ning. I said it before, but I was never any good at my job or at being a decent human being. Not like Guchuan. I'm a glutton, you see, the type that loves sniffing out deep, hidden truths. I tore open shells to get at the flesh, and I got addicted to the sweet, sweet taste of marrow. I'll do anything for it, even if it leaves my hands bloodied and my teeth shattered. During all these years, you were the biggest, plumpest shell beast on my dining table. How could I ever hate you?
These two have a love-hate relationship. Though man, imagine telling someone that. Like, hey you. You're my biggest, plumpest shell beast on my dining table. Like, oh my, Yu Chang.
Even if I were to hate, it wouldn't be for anything on my side. Your teeth are still in fine shape. I never saw them chip while they were gnawing on my old bones. But Yu Chang, why were you so sure I would have come to see you today? If I had just walked away from all this, all your plots and plans would have gone to waste, no? Ha ha ha. Because I understand you far too well, Mr. Ning. I simply had to gamble that during the years you spent bobbing around the hierarchy of mandarins, you would dirty your hands, but still retain your humanity. You let Guchuan live on while he was right under your nose, after all, and raised his daughter to boot. You care about the fate of that child. Those two children, rather. You want to see those girls live carefree, innocent lives while you yet live. You knew that if you did not relent one day, they would never know peace. And so you came to see me. You had to.
Aw, that proves that he really did care. That's cute. I imagine there being at least one prison guard here just watching them talk. You know, to make sure nothing fishy's going on. And they're probably like, what the heck is this? What is this old man flirtation?
You've looked into these matters already. It seems you managed to find out most of what should not have been found out. How long did it take you? I only finished deciphering the clues and piecing them all together last year. It shames me to admit as a deputy minister, but my pace was a bit too slow. Guchuan, on the other hand, he managed to figure it all out years ago. I never considered that. The year he returned to Baizhou, you managed to put him under your watch, but you never thought he would copy decades worth of letters from your home. By peering through all those letters between grand mandarins and nobles, he, a 9th rank ceremonial officer, found every survivor of that murder case. He unraveled the threads and pieced the truth together. Guchuan's diligence knew no bounds. I underestimated him. Anything more you wish to say, Mr. Ning? Ha ha ha. What is there left to say? What sins must be admitted, I shall admit. I really did send someone to kill the Minister of Justice who presided over the Grand Preceptor's case. But not because he could accuse me of being the Grand Preceptor's collaborator in treason. Rather, because the Grand Preceptor's treason was a miscarriage of justice all along. Indulge me in my curiosity, Deputy Minister Lin. When did you figure it out? I suspected it was you who set Ding Feng Lo alight. Why? What would I have to do with that incident? Call it a hunch. Though you might not have used your kung fu at the time, a mask was not enough to prevent me from thinking the person's figure and skills were familiar. Very familiar. Afterwards, at the Judicial Review Office, you sought me out and managed to cement this particular suspicion in my mind. Come to think of it, you must have been in close contact with Yu Chang as early as when I was preparing to impeach him. I never considered the possibility you were already cooperating with him at the time. From the scrollery fire to the hanging scroll in the Ning Manor, and then onto the fire at Ding Feng Lo. This recent string of mysteries was you trying to lead me along a trail of clues, wasn't it? That was rather rushed and sloppy, now that I look back. And the fire at the Feast of 100 Delicacies? I must regret to inform you that was not my doing, truly. Merely an unexpected turn that happened to align with our goal. Why did you do all this? Ridiculous as it may sound, this all started with the old case, not a large one, yet not small either. A case I happened upon by chance after I joined the Department of Discipline and Supervision. The Minister of Justice, assassinated by a beggar in the middle of the street, a case I could barely believe, yet one hastily closed without meaningful build-up or a satisfying conclusion. Though the assassin has been executed, his identity and his motive, there were simply too many vague unknowns in this file. As I dug deeper, I noticed that every thread led towards an even bigger case, a case that snipped all those threads short. The Grand Preceptor's treason. You've investigated that case too. The betrayal of the 3 Grand Ministers, a case large enough to shake the court, and one that implicates countless others. Forget finding the truth, even just mentioning the Grand Preceptor's name at the time was the greatest of taboos. The Grand Preceptor incited the prince to regicide. This was all the history books had to say in the matter.
I know, right? It's like, hey guys, let me introduce you to my best friend who happens to be my lost sister and also a foodie.
But nobody knows the truth of what happened that the night the old Trulung passed away. Who was it who mobilized the city guard? Who went to the palace? Only later did I realize I was not the only one looking into this case.
Was this how you got to know Yu Chang?
Should I rather call it foul base of a feather or friendship at first sight?
You said the two of you weren't able to follow the trail, so how did you determine the Grand Preceptor was wrongly accused?
It wasn't our research that led to this conclusion. The one who brought everything to light was Gu Chuan. Why? Do you seriously not know why? Of course I do. I just want to ask you how this why tasted when you said it aloud. The people cry out, their hearts uneasy. Only those who have experienced the struggle know that Yan's current peace and prosperity were hard-won. It was a very, very long time ago. The old Trulung was diligent at the time. Originium industries were beginning to change the structure of this great land. Even during Yan's turbulent times, he did not allow her to fall behind the other nations of Terra. And so it was that a great hero was infected with erypathy in his twilight years, believing his days were numbered. His many policies began to stray into bias and imbalance. At the time, the prince wished to stop the Trulung, and the Grand Preceptor stood by his side. The supposed support was her urging the prince to seize the throne. The old Trulung died that night. The prince entered the palace to admonish him. As for the prince, his whereabouts since that night are known. Such a tumultuous event demanded explanation, which required someone to be charged with everything. Do you think the current Trulung was unaware of all this? Humph. Changes in this court naturally lead to unrest during the masses. The purge of traitors. A very fitting slogan. The then young Trulung acted with an iron fist to sweep away many courtiers with evil intent, stabilizing the situation as quickly as possible. This ensured the spell of court intrigue never made it outside the walls of the Forbidden City.
I like how it's just like, I'm gonna go talk to the Trulung. Oh, he's dead. Oops. Like, all of misunderstanding at first again. But he was sick.
For 40 years, I assumed I was the only one, aside from the Trulung himself, to still remember what just transpired. Until 10 or so years after the case ended, that young man stood in front of me once again. I fear you speak at that time too lightly, Mr. Ning. It was not only traitors who were swept away, there was also the entirety of the Grand Preceptor's family, 28 in all. They were all sent to prison, some committed suicide in their cells to prove their innocence. Those who lived were exiled. I tried to find some trace of them, but it was no use. Couldn't find a single one. Except for a child, spirited away during the turmoil, still swaddled in a blanket. I never considered the possibility she still lived, yet never truly believed she had died. It seems you've met her. A few days ago, her appearance is not too similar, but their personality, it's like two peas in a pod. Gu Chuan never spoke a word about the child's whereabouts during the decade he spent in Baizhou, right up to his death. I'm sure you're now well aware why he died on the road back to Victoria. Yu Chang, you old bastard! He used Gu Chuan's own death to ensure there was no possibility of anyone finding the child, which also gave you the opportunity to investigate me. At the time, I assumed Gu Chuan had no success in his exhaustive research into the Grand Preceptor case, which prompted him to leave Baizhou in despair. It was only after many years that I realized it was not the so-called truth that he sought. He had long since found the answers to those troubles you mentioned earlier. What he hoped I would do was something else entirely.
No, it's kind of funny thinking of the Grand Preceptor in this case, because apparently she acts just like Blaze. So, oh my, she was fiery.
I don't understand.
Are you telling me you two knew all along that Blaze was the orphan from that case?
Your investigation should have already revealed that Gu Chuan and Yu Chang knew each other. After taking the child away, Gu Chuan kept the secret of her whereabouts to himself for decades. But before he met his untimely end, he considered the only friend he had Yu Cheng. After his death, Yu Cheng immediately began to search for her. However, he was unable to personally act as a deputy minister at the Judicial Review Office. He entrusted the task of performing discreet inquiries to me, far from the center of the court policies, so as not to attract attention. By the time I found her in Victoria, she was already infected. I could not take her back to Baizhou right away. For the sake of protecting her, I had no choice but to place her in the care of a medical organization that treated the infected.
Wow, even back then, like, that's the only reason why she got to Rhodes Island, huh?
So was you. You were already aligned at the time, I see. But you're also part of this plan from early on, Deputy Minister Lin. What do you mean? How was it you were able to find Blaze's trail? How were you able to come across those files pertaining to your past? Surely you didn't just attribute them to chance.
They played her. Wow. They played her all along, and she followed everything. Sheesh. Like, dang. It's like all these years I thought I was chasing something on my own, but no, 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 I was just a pawn. Ouch.
Yu Cheng would not have told you these himself. The risk was too great. There could not be a third person who knew this in all Terra. But he was always searching for a suitable candidate, one with courage, who stood for truth. He has long since been ready to give his life for this cause. I am happy to dirty my hands, doing what must be done instead. But it's not enough. We needed someone pure and innocent, one who could use honest means to lay bare the truth. It's nearly time. We still have one last opportunity. Do you still wish to bring the truth out into the light of day, Deputy Minister Lin?
It's like, I guess I do. But ouch. How do I want to please people? Hey, over here is fine. Yep. Basically an elegant way of saying you're gullible. A little bit more. There. Next one. The prince that went missing afterwards, huh? Hey, Lungman, hi. Ta-da! There he be. Now I'm so curious how the true Lung looks. Let's look for the family resemblance. And ooh, that frog. That's a tough froggy. Okay, no fear, no pain. Yeah, right here seems good. Instant death? Oh no, that was bad. Sheesh. Why so tough? Okay, maybe I should not place my people too close. Oh no, that's bad. No. How dare ye? Okay. Oh, not my healer. Okay, maybe from this distance is fine. Too close, no. Too far, no. Phew!
Yu Cheng. That is the truth behind the Grand Preceptor case you seek. Do you have any further questions? You've spoken at length, yet you said nothing about your role in these events, Mr. Ning. Why did you send someone to kill the Minister of Justice? Do you not already have the answer, Deputy Minister Yu? Was it not you who accused me years ago of having the Minister murdered to stop him from investigating and save myself in the chaos? You need not be in such a hurry to discredit yourself. There was one question that perplexed me for a long time. Why did Guchuan stay at your house when he returned to Baizhou nearly a decade later? It was not until I saw that girl at your house that all the puzzle pieces fall into place. He narrowly escaped with his life, yet he still returned to Baizhou, not only to find the truth of what happened, but also to search for his daughter when he left behind. It seems he did not tell you much. Yes, most of what follows will be mere speculation. If I'm wrong, feel free to laugh in my face. I heard that after the Grand Preceptor's suicide following the accusations of treason, the entire nation was in uproar, had mandarins distanced themselves from her, yet one academy student dared to honor her in public. It was thus that he stumbled onto the Grand Preceptor's home, as the belongings within were being confiscated. In this hurry, all he could take away was a baby girl, just born into the family. As it so happened, his own daughter was recently born as well. At his wit's end, he tried to flee Baizhou with his wife and the two babies. As a scholar with no background, he didn't get far before an Imperial Guard captured him. Perhaps out of compassion and wanting to keep the Grand Preceptor's bloodline going, the Imperial Guard spared the scholar and the Grand Preceptor's child, instead taking the scholar's daughter. I do not know what Guchuan was thinking at the time, but it was most likely that he had no other choice. This child fell into the hands of the Minister of Justice, her bloodline obvious with a modicum of research. But as it turns out, how to handle this child of an outsider was a delicate conundrum indeed. It was around this time that you, Mr. Ning, long dissatisfied with the minister's extreme methods, decided to take the ultimate risk, assassination. The Grand Preceptor's case implicated many, and it seemed fitting that the bloodstained Minister of Justice met its end through retribution. With the court's turmoil resolved, the True Lung allowed the bloodstained curtain to finally fall in this fashion. The only unresolved question left is that child. Based on how things are now, she was taken into your care. What this entailed was not hard to guess, but as for the why of it, if I recall correctly, Mr. Ning, you enjoyed the tutelage of the Grand Preceptor as well, correct? Oh, Yu Cheng, had you not been absorbed in judicial work or confined to the cell, I shudder to think what the meticulous mind of yours might have accomplished. It's terrifying, truly terrifying. You flatter me. I'm nothing more than a fool compared to Guchuan. It is simply because I have met far too many people in my capacity as Deputy Minister of Judicial Review Office. The more one sees, the more one learns. Now that I think about it, the dish Guchuan offered to the True Lung at the Feast of 100 Delicacies wasn't merely an act of suicide. It was him reconciling with the truth. Before he passed, he did not tell me the truth, but he did divulge the whereabouts of the Grand Preceptor's orphan. He must have hoped that once I found the truth for myself, I would also choose reconciliation. Yet I could not. All I could do was use my methods to find the people still left, the ones you care for, and force you to spit out the truth.
Yep. I say, come on. Yu Cheng, here you go. Please? Please help? No? Okay, whatever. Yu Cheng's like, oh, thank you for telling me. Now to further my own goals, my research. Ehehehe. So sorry, Guchuan, but I want to know more.
All things considered, Mr. Ning, you're no villain, perhaps just a coward. Hate me all you want. To see that child once more has always been a wish of mine. I will go and seek an audience with His Majesty.
You know everything? I only just found out. I still want to ask you. How are you? So calm about all this. It was a suspicion I hid away in my heart for many, many years. What I have finally found proof for. Like a thorn stuck in your palm, it may bleed a bit when you pluck it out, but you'll feel much better afterward. Why? Why won't you say something? I don't know how it came to all this. Should I feel sad or angry right now? I don't know. All I know is that my mind's a mess and my heart feels like it's been stabbed. Who the hell am I supposed to set ablaze with this fire crawling up my throat? Well, I have a question for you. Blaze, can you tell me about Guchuan? My father. What sort of man was he? He was an idiot, a nerd, and a liar. Your father was a nerd. I hate lies. I've seen too damn many of them. Greedy lies, cowardly lies, sneaky lies. But never one that demanded a lifetime of commitment. One that cost him his own daughter and himself, all to protect someone who had nothing to do with them. How can he be so stupid? It reminds me of a story I once read. There was once a guard who watched over a rest station by the river. One day, he saw a flood coming from upstream. He wanted to run upstream and tell the people there to close the sluice gates. But he'd only run halfway when he saw the river was rising too quickly. It was too late to close the gates, so he immediately decided to turn and warn the villagers downstream to flee. Back and forth he ran until finally he was consumed and swept away by the flood. He didn't manage to do anything or save anyone. Get to the point already. Would you say this man's deeds sound familiar? Fine, I get it. Well, I don't really get all the details of your windy-ass story, but you're talking shit about him, aren't you? He wasn't a bad guy, okay? He was just... Erg. I know you've got good reasons to blame him, duh. But if he was the one who threw you away, why did he spend so much time coming back to look for you? I thought I'd be the one consoling you, not the other way around. Blaze, you're infected, right? Wait, where did you figure that out? Man, you're too damn clever by half. Sorry, I didn't mean anything untoward. I was just thinking that it really should have been my fate to be... The hell are you even talking about? What, you think you've done something wrong and deserve a worse fate? Please, my life is awesome. I've got lots of buddies and I found a dream of mine. If anything, you're the one who got it bad, growing up all by yourself in that big old mansion, alone and miserable. It almost sounds like you're roasting me. I'm not. But I understand what you mean. Alright, I still haven't asked you what your name actually is. Zuhuang. Gu Zuhuang. It's a name my dad, he gave me. Wow, I forgot how long it's been since I last told you my real name. Well, that's it. That's the last of my secrets. A blazing candle to ward against the dark. Zu for a candle, Huang for a blaze, and the family name Gu to ward you. It really does sound like a name he would pick. Blaze. Would you say I've only really gotten to know you after all this? I guess so, yeah. Wait, no, I still got lots to tell you, and I need to bring you to Victoria to have a look around. My mom, or rather, your birth mother. You should probably go see her. She's still alive? Who said she was dead? She's still hale and hearty. She lives in a small town out in West Victoria. Once everything's wrapped up here, I'll take you to her. Hi, Mom, it's me again, and look who I brought over. Ta-da, my sister. Like, Mom, I brought you back a souvenir. She definitely wants to see you. Alright. Why are you crying? I'm not. But you're the one who's about to break into tears any second now. I'm just... happy. I never thought I'd suddenly find myself a little sister after all these years. Who's ever heard of sisters like us? And besides, we don't even know yet who's the little one. I've been through a lot today. Can't you let me have this one? I like that. Like, give me this one win, please. And there you were, consoling me. Look, I just wanted to say, from now on, you're not alone anymore, okay? I also hope she brings back some tangerine cakes. Man, isn't that lovely? Out of the myriad flavors in this land, the taste of reunion is the sweetest of them all. Really now, damn it, what am I tearing up for? That's the last of my worries settled. Oh right, that judicial officer at the Forbidden City last night. Lazy. She was being held up by that Imperial Guard lady when she sent me flying out of the city. What should we do now? This isn't over quite yet. I need to go and finish off what I should have done in the first place. What are you planning to do? Demand an explanation, for everyone's sake. 100 years it has been. He returns once again to where this game of waging started. The board is covered in cobwebs and dust, a single black stone at the center. He extends his hand to brush away the grime.
Where you off to? Got a meal to deliver. Mind the restaurant. At this hour? It's past closing time. Gonna open tomorrow? That depends on my mood tomorrow. Hard to say right now. Why do I get the feeling that you want to call it quits? Fine by me, but you still owe me 6 months of wages. Settle that and I'll let you go. Shh. You're so money-minded. How about all those staff meals I cooked for you? They must be worth a few months of debt. Fine, fine. On the right of the stove in the kitchen, the third brick from the corner. The last of my spare cash is under that brick. Take it. I've been with you for quite a few years now. Yep, 15 whole years. You've stuck around the longest out of all your associates. Candle holder. Means you really were fated to be. Haha.
Oh! He was the candle holder. Imagine being paid to look after someone and then working for them too. Being like, man, the guy that I'm supposed to be watching, he hasn't paid me for like 6 months.
If I kept reminding myself that I was a candle holder, the sweet regulator, I'm afraid I wouldn't have stayed that long. To be honest, it's been years since I reminded myself who I really am too. Not like I was trying to remember or not. Mind you, whether as a man or beast, I found this life full of delightful flavors. Nothing to complain about. Best you keep not remembering. I fear that if you do, you'll forget the taste of man. Your palate will grow dull and numb, and your cooking skills will go to waste. Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy with that either. But if there's one thing I'll never forget, it's that my troublemaking brothers and sisters still need to eat. Not to mention the one that's most troublesome of all. Though considering how long it's been since we last saw each other, it's hard to say what he's like now. You know the consequences of delivering this particular meal today, right? Yeah, more or less. It's obvious, like not keeping cotton by the stove. The sweet regulator's not going to be happy if we have a family reunion. Also, if a fight breaks out at such a delicate moment, you might not be seeing me tomorrow. I've made a lot of food and met a lot of people these past few years. My wish was for every customer who walks through those doors to have a tasty meal and a life with fewer regrets. The 4 flavors of the kitchen, the 4 emotions of the heart, sorrowful partings and joyful reunions, they're not that much different. But just as fresh fins have their bones and malices have no scent, this land is filled with regrets. Eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired, and when you miss your family, maybe it's as simple as going to them. Or, are you really willing to let this go? There are a lot of things I don't want to let go of, but I can't hold on to them forever either. Jiang, mind looking after the shop for me while I'm gone? You've been watching me cook for so long. You must have picked something up by now. If any customers come by, look after them for me, will you? Savors at Use. The House of an Aftertaste. It ended up being a fitting name. The mortar realm really lingers in the tongue.
Out of all the candle holder relationships, they probably had the best one. Minus the not getting paid while working their part, and having to worry about the finances. Otherwise, it seemed like they were friends.
Captain, my report. The patrol battalion has dispatched all their men, and sweep searches are underway in 8 districts. Still no sign of the target. It's been an entire day. Before the day breaks, we must...
Heard you're looking for me?
Who's there?
Hello, Blaze. Yeah, it's all been reunions.
Out of the way. What's this? Here to surrender? Good. You saved me the effort of searching the entire city for you. I don't care if you want to take me in for what I did at the feast, or for who I am. Now's not the time for it. I've got urgent business, so best you move it. I've never been this pissed off before. If you really want to get in my way, then come and try me. Humph. What are you gonna do? I'm here to deliver a bowl of longevity noodles to the true lung.
Yummy noodles. And now longevity noodles, of course. Perfect. Oh gosh, 2 exits. That's fine. 2 entrances, 2 exits. And I have enough healers. Should be fine, but just in case, let me see. I shall put shoe. So many of the siblings are turning out, or at least 3 of the siblings turn out to be defenders. It's kind of funny. Actually, maybe Nyan. I'll bring the foodie out. Yummy, yummy. Yeah, this should be fine. No fear. No fear at all. Victoria's so close. It's snowing again. They should be wearing their winter garb now. Oh no, this is Daddy's point of view, huh, Guchuan? Well, time to see how this goes. Hey, hello, good evening. She was like a little stove as a child, aflame with passion in her veins. The snow and wind won't faze her. Baizal winters are never this cold. She said the first volume should be done when spring comes. That's good. At life's end, I find no worries left to bear. The man takes off his Mandarin garb, folds it carefully, and places it down next to the books he used to carry. Before bowing 3 times to the east, he walks out of the camp. Flames? Oh, back here now. Your flames are indeed hotter now. Your arts are greatly burdening your body, infected. Scare the heat? Heh, it's just my blood. Though I know I'm standing here only because so many others have shed their own blood. Seems like you already know a lot. Not much at all, but there's just one thing I need to know. Those who had their names erased, those who died dubious deaths, they need an explanation, an answer. To be honest, I didn't think my life would have such a complicated backstory, or that I'd fight for something other than the infected. But now I realize that injustice is the same for everyone, and I would spill my blood to end every injustice I encounter. Burning ablaze with your blood, infected, you resemble the righteous of old. But don't rush to conclusions about justice when a single leaf blocks your view of the entire forest. In any case, I have an order to bring you back, and you absolutely cannot be let free. I know. I met your type before plenty of times. I guess I can't paint you all as bad guys. You've just been trained to shed no blood or tears. So you stop caring about anyone else's. Whatever, I won't argue. You sure can try to stop me though. You're the enemy, but your courage deserves praise. Careful now, I'll spare your life, but I can't guarantee you won't lose a limb or 2. Zongguan, Baily Zengfa, cleave. It's you. Wait, how'd she get out of prison? I know you have a lot of questions, but there's still only one pressing matter at hand. You want to see the true Lang, yes? I'm here to help. Lin Jingyan? You should be behind bars. Yet I stand here before you now. You've already lost to me once. This time, neither of you will escape. Don't worry. I have no plans to fight you alone. I know I asked to tag along, but this opponent will be hard to handle. An accomplice, even. So you're the one who freed her from prison. I had to employ some crude measures, but I tried my best to avoid harming any innocents. Don't worry about settling the score. I have too many crimes I can't escape from. And this is just one more. When this matter's over, I will surrender myself to the law. But now, there's something to be done, and a meeting to be had. A discipline and supervision censor colluding with the Judicial Review Office Deputy Minister in revolt. Such a preposterous scene is a first for me. I like how there's just like more characters showing up to confuse her. She's like, wait a second, what? Huh? More? If this is if this is preposterous enough, then allow me to inconsequently join in the fray as well. Oh, it's him!
I trust you've been well, Drill Master.
It's like, wait, what? Taihei? Were you not gravely wounded at Yumen?
Yes, my injuries were quite serious. I'm unsure if my skills are even 1/3 as powerful as they used to be. Which is why I hope that there'll be no cause for me to make any moves today.
Why would you even participate in this?
I have yet to grasp the full picture as to why Deputy Minister Lin has suddenly appeared here, but the two of you are my most respected colleagues, so I can only ask as an old friend that you two leave some space for negotiation.
How can you expect me to turn a blind eye when you lot insist on doing such a traitor's act?
Loyalty over righteousness, but whoever said that you can only choose one from the two?
Righteousness. You're familiar with the case, and the two individuals involved in it stand here before you now. Right or wrong, life or death, the choice is yours. But Shifu, this matter came to be from complicated causes. How can what is good or evil be determined so easily? The blade is in your hand. Make your choice. Shifu! You hesitate still? Shifu, if righteousness can only be upheld with the edge of my blade, then what sets it apart from violence? I don't understand. Stop dallying and go inside. Don't even think about a signal to lower the Forbidden City's defenses? Could it be His Imperial Majesty? Everything just happened all at once, back to back to back to back.
You can see the Forbidden City from here. It was still spring when I last set foot in this tower. Much has happened within the last 6 months. The chill has come and the wind atop the city walls is strong. Do take care of yourself, Grand Tutor. I imagine only a few from the court have seen Baizhou from this angle. Even from great heights, where the view stretches far, one's sight will sometimes be obscured by clouds. All the more reason that one should see and think before one acts. Do you know why I asked you to become advisor of Yumen? My thoughts were that you wanted me to broaden my horizons and see the big picture. An opportunity, but also a test. A test for what exactly? To see if I am worthy. So you know why I have summoned you here today? Yes, Grand Tutor. You were disappointed in me. An excuse or a genuine emotion. I understand what I did during the Feast of 100 Delicacies was a terrible idea, but there was no other way. Suspending the feast will prevent the Grand Commandment from acting in drastic haste, and also allow the True Lung an opportunity. Since your involvement in this slew of disputes, thrice have you been forced to make a choice, and each time you cast the riskiest die. You place your friends and even yourself onto the chessboard. Have you never once felt hesitation? I dare not claim it never crossed my mind, but I've always considered the choice most beneficial for all. A capable plotter, but the same cannot be said for your decision-making. My plan was to select a young talent, ambitious but not greedy, resourceful but selfless, and give them many chances to hone themselves. If the chance arose, I would entrust them with the significant responsibilities. I thought you were a suitable candidate, but it often does not end well when a chess player uses himself as a piece on the board. You remind me of a colleague, who is no longer with us. I am humbled. Liang Shun, given another chance, would you willingly leave Shangshu? When I started my studies, I was determined to apply my life's learning to the benefit of the people, regardless of whatever position I had gotten from mere chance. My original ambition remains, and I hold no regrets over the choices I made. The incident at the Feast of 100 Delicacies cannot go unpunished. I will submit myself to the law. The Skymere Pavilion's archive is lacking a transcriber. You will begin your duties there tomorrow morning. You have my gratitude, Grand Tutor.
Liang Shun, you're being transferred departments. Like, aw, man. I feel bad for the current Chulung. Because they were thrust into this position. Because, you know, the brother who happened to disappear. Ah, yeah. Mysterious brother who we totally don't know who that is. Was supposed to be the one who took the throne, but oh no, because they thought it was an act of, you know, regicide, he had to leave. And now this guy had to be in charge. He's like, oh shoot, and now everything's happening. So it's like, oof. And yeah, luckily I'm safe. I be in a yellow zone, not a red zone, luckily.
What is this? The time has come.
The clouds concentrate, completely obscuring the moonlight.
Have you met this one before? Never. Who exactly is the opponent he seeks on this Weichi board? There are times when one seeks not an opponent to win against on the board, but a solution.
Oh, tonight's more Blade. Kamen Rider Blade.
A solution beneficial to both parties amid countless changes to the situation.
The biggest thing last night from my house, though, was getting like a warning that they're turning off the power. I mean, power, blah, not power, water. I was like, time to rush showering so I'm not gonna be stinky for the night.
There is something I wish to consult you on. What made you set up the exam in the first place?
Stare.
Shop's not closed yet, is it?
You've come at the right time. I'll close right after I'm done with your order. It's late, so we don't have much left. But what would you like?
Anything to fill up my stomach on the road will do.
We happen to have half a steamer of meat buns here from the morning. You can have it for free.
Won't you be making a loss like this?
I only know how to cook, not so good at business stuff.
Why not earn a name and riches with skills like yours?
What for? Both nobles and peasants eat the same 3 meals a day. I might as well make more buns than money or fame.
If you don't mind another question, how much does a meal normally cost here?
Not much at all. The usual soup and 2 dishes just cost a few coins. Anyone who works here in Baizhou can eat their fill here.
I see you have a kind heart and a compassion for others.
Aw, stop that. I'm just a chef who serves about 100 customers a day at most. I can only count on you to feed and clothe everyone else in this realm.
A free meal and a lesson to boot. Lucky me.
Ha. I just hope you don't get mad at me. I just like aimlessly chatting with customers about everything under the sun.
Your restaurant has been here a long time, if I'm not wrong. How are your finances?
Now that's a headache. You see, this little store of mine can barely make even. Yeah, my store can barely make even. I wonder why. Is it because I keep on giving away free food and only charging a few coins for my meals? That can't be it. It's all thanks to the abundant crops from Dahuang and the fast deliveries from the Chidao that I can keep my store running. Otherwise, I'd have to raise the prices.
Are you sure you're not trying to give credit to your siblings?
Haha, but it doesn't stop here. My customers all live nearby. Some don't have enough coins, so they make up for it by sending me a few boxes of fresh fruit or helping me repair the furniture. Without their care, this restaurant wouldn't be running today. So you see, it's hard to balance a book like this. But this is how you do business, right? Who says one side has to profit all the time? You give and you take. It's mutual prosperity that brings wealth and keeps the business thriving. Brother, you're such a good boy. Like, so cute. Same. I would be so sassy too. It's like, hey brother, how are you? How's life over there? I hear you have like a cute wife. Like, why aren't you visiting me? Come on, you know you want to visit me. Like what, too busy with your wife? I would just be sending the worst letters. I think they'd be thrown away. Your meat buns are ready and all packed, Grand Tutor. But why don't you try one now?
Not bad at all. A word of advice, don't take any more lessons from your businessman brother. Were you able to get a meal, sir? Yes, I heard the buns in this place are the best in Baizhou. Try one yourself.
Wow, it's delicious.
Alright, I'm ready to get back on the road. Where to? Shangshu.
How do I get there again? The 7 streets and 5 lanes in the east of the city. I remember having to pass a dye workshop and a kiln first. My head hurts. It's been so many years. I wonder what changes. Oh? Does calligraphy and painting still exist here? I mean, it's still here? Surely this store sign can nearly be considered a historical relic. I could come back again for a stroll. Who knows? I might just find it. On second thought, I probably couldn't if I tried. Phew, almost there. This ancient temple hasn't changed at all. No one's been here in years, but it hasn't been torn down either. Just who's feeling nostalgic for it? The lock's already opened? Oh, you're back. Longevity noodles. How bad will this boss fight be? Ooh. To lose the daughter of Edward Artorias, a close friend of Wei Yanwu, and sign of a royal Draco bloodline Victoria, who fled the country in order to avoid the persecution of the Aslan House. And the mama is Wei's sister. And she spent most of her time inside of Lungmen. I like that though. I wondered if the true Lung ever sent letters about that. Being like, so, when am I gonna get to meet my nieces? It's like, wait, what? They moved? Like, you never let me visit. I mean, you never let them visit me. Like, how dare you, brother? It's so incredibly rude. And oh, this is not good. Heal, please. Oh, that's not good. Eee! Healing important. I have to bring out another healer soon. Actually, wait, I can put it right here. Mudrock's gonna be fine. I believe in her. She can self-sustain for a while. She a good girl. How far does this healing go? Not bad. That's fine for now. Over here seems good. And I'll just put them both here. Yeah, we just still. That's good. I gotta bring a healer there though. Oh no. Oops. Oh shoot, how do I want to do this? Okay, soon enough I'll retreat Myrtle. Oh, I should have waited till the dragon was done resetting. Oops. My bad. Teehee. It's okay. I'll just have the thingy up again. This is totally fine. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, no fear. Just keep on bonking. Good job. Hey, all is well. See, look, I got the thingy already. Go get him. Good job. Ta-da! Yeah, and go bonk your brother. Your brother's being stinky. Good job. Ooh, between the family drama. Okay, that's actually tough. Syracuse feels more funny. I'm gonna go for Jan. Did the game break? Or is it supposed to be like darkness? Please tell me it counted my win. Ah, do I have to do that again? Oi. Oi, you better have counted that fight. I actually did good. I did super good. I didn't let anyone go. It's supposed to be first try. Hey! Hey! Huh? Uh, well, I'm gonna restart the game and hopefully it counted. And if it didn't, then... Ah. Truly, how could you? Ah. Load, please. Okay, loading up. Now, fingers crossed. All will be well. Right? Counted? Yes, thank you, Amiya. Yes, it counted! Was there a thing at the end? Okay, story after. Phew! I'm so glad it counted. Why should anyone be born destined to bear all this? I remember when father was alive, he often stood atop the palace tower, my brother beside him. Father often said this: water can carry a boat, but also sink it. Likewise, this great height where we stand can also be the start of a plunge into the abyss. He used to watch the city before him for long periods of time, or perhaps it was a vast territory in the distance. He watched both what he could see and could not see. Before my eyes, the city flourished, while his body gradually bent into an arc, and his hair turned white as snow. And I knew he was old. Then I began hearing all sorts of voices. The True Lung is an authoritarian dictator who has imposed many harsh policies. Great Yan will be in trouble if this continues for long. Your Highness, please put the country first and admonish the True Lung, abolish his harmful policies, and bring a new start to this realm. The people are uneasy. I should do something, but what should I do? Who can I trust? I thought of someone, a person who is rumored to have fathomed every plan possible. The ancient temple has long been deserted, but I tried everything I could and located a black stone. What do you want? A solution for Yan and for my elder brother. And why should I help you? Help me now, and in time, I will spare your life. How amusing. You're bold, young Lung. A solution is not difficult, but it comes with a price. Are you willing to pay that price? In a way, it feels like he made a deal with the devil. With the Grand Preceptor's help, Brother ended up entering the Forbidden City with Qixiao in hand. The 6 armies concealed, no one dared stop him. No one knows what exactly happened inside the Forbidden City then. Father died. Oh yeah, Wei Yanwu during the Chernobog accident. Brother vanished. Why? Am I to be alone now? Noodles. Ooh, so this is what the noodles look like. Okay, okay. Because I want to find the food in this event. So now that I know what it looks like, I think I could probably find something similar enough. Maybe. What is the meaning of this bowl of noodles? I made some longevity noodles just for you. Aren't you going to try it? Why? Because today's your birthday, right? A little squirt told me the True Lung's birthday is a day after the Mid-Autumn Festival, but he celebrates his birthday together with the festival out of humility. I know a little something about hiding your birthday myself. I just thought it was so sad for a man of such high status to not get to decide when to celebrate his own birthday. Happy birthday!
You. I know you. Making your way here despite the odds, the risks, and even the possibility of losing your life. You must have something to say to me.
Of course. To think that my life is so closely connected to someone I haven't even met before. The feeling is just so surreal. So I had to come and meet you. I was planning to offer this to you yesterday during the feast, but a whole bunch of things messed up my plan. Now's a good time as any though. I know it's Jannie's custom to discuss important matters over a meal. So dig in, when you're done. I have a lot of questions to ask, and I want answers. Nom nom nom. Pa, there's so much dust on the table, I almost ate some by accident. Oh, what's the other brother looks like?
You?
It's me. What's the attitude? Not happy to see me?
I didn't think you'd be the last one to get in my way.
Get in your way? What for? I've got better things to do. I just want my worrisome brother who hasn't been home in a long time to have a proper meal. After a century, the first thing you do is return to this rundown temple. Do you feel like you haven't been locked up here enough? Or do you actually like it here?
I started this round of Wei Chi here, and likewise, I will end it in this temple.
Alright, but first, clear up the table. There's no space for a bowl.
Why?
To eat, of course. What else?
You know what I'm planning to do.
Whatever it is, you shouldn't do it on an empty stomach. Yeah, idiot, even when you got to play. Or you're not you and you're hungry. Eat up. It should have been a quiet night. The faint rustling of armor echoes from afar, evoking the image of cold blades glinting silver under the moon. The crisp cries of startled Phi-MDs only deepen the temple's solitude. Those outside remain still, awaiting orders and waiting for the one inside to come up with an answer. What a show you put on, with so many people for just one meal. Moons on the 15th are the fullest on the 16th, as they say. So we can still have a reunion dinner tonight, or today, even if we missed our chance yesterday. There's no need to rush, so why not finish this meal before you go, Wang, my second oldest brother? True, oh no! It's like, hi kindred spirit, brother Wang. Aw, man. Is your Imperial Majesty surprised to see a woman who shouldn't exist?
No. I looked for you for a long time. I just didn't think you'd be taken so far away, hidden so deep.
I only found out yesterday that I'm still alive because of a heavy price that someone paid for me. I'm afraid the story will be hard to imagine for your Imperial Majesty. But you know, I made it here without much trouble. Must have been your doing. So... you probably have something to tell me too, right?
Your very appearance here is itself the answer I seek. I know you have many questions. Ask them. Whatever your questions, I shall permit them.
That's so? I thought my mere presence would have angered you. To be honest, you're quite different from what I expected. I thought the True Long would be like the rumors said, imposing, indifferent, impersonal.
How rude. You know well to whom you speak at this very moment.
To be honest, not really. I mean, 2 weeks ago, you were still just someone from the stories. When I was little, my dad told me lots of unique stories, historical classics, myths, and legends. But no matter what, he always spoke of a wise and strong emperor. An emperor who toiled for his people. He had to make major decisions for the whole nation. Every decree issued was in the name of absolute justice. Great Yan thrived under his governance. Sometimes I'd ask him, why not go back if he liked it so much? I was curious what this Yan he always talked about was actually like. Only Tight Moon? Not Common Rider too? Like, come on, be both, please. Or what else could be added? After all the curiosity, I got to tour around Baizhou these past few days. I saw a flourishing nomadic city where most work and live in peace and contentment. So I figured his stories were true, and you're probably a good ruler.
Your father.
You probably don't remember him. He was just a nameless nobody to you. My guess is even the dish he offended you a decade ago isn't worth remembering. He wasn't actually my real father, even. Just acted out of his so-called morals and saved the baby he thought was innocent. So I think he was probably a good man too.
Guchuan.
Yes, corned beef hoodie. Speaking of that hoodie, where did mine go? I wore it once, and then I never saw it again. Like when someone washed it, I don't know where they put it. I remember it all. Actually, my dad talked about another Yanise too, someone who was a teacher to many. He said that she devoted herself to the country to better everyone's lives, giving many scholars from humble backgrounds like him a chance to study. After I arrived in Baizhou, I heard a lot of stories and found out she wasn't someone from a fairy tale. Yan did indeed have someone like her. I found out she was actually my relative. Your Imperial Majesty, can you tell me her story?
She was one of the 3 Grand Ministers, admired by all, stern and unyielding, a timeless role model. The Grand Preceptor. She was the wisest and most learned erudite in Yan. Most imperial decrees issued in court at the time were based on her judgments. She was a teacher to many, including me.
A teacher to many. My dad said that although he was only her student for a few days, he was fortunate to have benefited from her wise words and remains forever in debt to them. It's an ancient Yanese saying, I can't recall exactly, but it basically means everyone has their own standards of right and wrong, so there's no universal definition. Despite this, people should still follow what's right in their hearts.
In worldly turmoil, we tread. In our own conscience, we trust. I remember it. She said it to me as well.
Which brings me to my next question. As your teacher, what did she teach you?
How to conduct myself as a person, as a minister, and as a ruler.
Sounds complicated. What are the differences between the 3?
As a person, to exercise decency and virtue, and keep the house in order. As a minister, demonstrate utmost loyalty and concern to the nation and people. As a ruler, always put the people before yourself and strive to govern wisely. Make decisions for the sake of the realm. My words weigh heavy and can never be rescinded.
Can I understand that as you have all the power in your position, but you lose the right to admit any mistakes? True Lung of Yan, I want to ask you this. How did such a good person turn into a scheming traitor in everyone's eyes? Do you think she was falsely accused?
No.
No, this is wrong. Was she falsely accused? It was not the answer, but a solution.
Sacrifice in the life of one so that the entire nation can be stabilized and its people pacified.
True Lung, how do the noodles taste?
Why?
I hear it's hard to get even good food down when you're feeling bad over something. Do you have regrets? So she was a scapegoat.
Huff, huff. I heard you were here. Grand Tutor, I have an urgent matter to report. Zuole, I just consolidated the survey data from the pharmacologist who had just returned from outside of Yan. In the northeast, north, and west of Yan, a total of 5 Fahrenwoods have shown signs of awakening. Currently, this behavior cannot be explained by pure coincidence. Although it is currently unknown how this relates to the convict's plot, if we start a war against the bestial Sui now, I fear the situation may spiral out of control. You don't seem surprised at all. Was this within your calculations as well? He's been scheming for a century. This is but one of his plots. After all that he's done, it cannot be mere mutual destruction he seeks. But he's in Baizhou right now, only one step away from the tomb of Sui, if he adamantly presses on. If he does, the Yan will not hesitate either. Was the capital like this also 120 years ago? The convict had sneaked into the tomb of Sui in a futile attempt to eliminate it by himself. This resulted in the death of a proxy, and the bestial Sui began to stir. I looked through the Sui regulator archives, but I never managed to figure out how he entered the mausoleum in the first place. Just who helped him enter the tomb of Sui? Why haven't you touched your chopsticks? Don't feel like eating? A worthless move. A waste of time.
Brother Wang, you should feel so lucky eating Brother Yu's food. So fresh, so delicious. Oh no, a blue can mayonnaise hoodie. Ah!
I know you're in a hurry, but I'm sure you can squeeze a meal in at least. Sheesh. I didn't even complain about the time it took to make all these. Do you know how long I spent preparing this pot of soup? Tell me. If we start counting from the moment you left, about a century? Even longer if I include the time I spent sourcing ingredients and figuring out what to cook. Have you found the flavor you were searching for after all this time spent in preparation? No, I haven't. How could it be that easy? But I came to understand something. There is no perfect dish in this realm. No matter how long I let this pot of soup stew, there's no way I can include every single flavor in it there is in it. It's just one dish. Even a banquet spread of myriad delicacies will leave someone unsatisfied. But so what? People always think about what to eat for their next meal. Saying what they didn't for the next time is what gives life hope. What keeps life going. I remember a phrase, Jie. My third eldest sister taught me. What is truly complete becomes incomplete. What should be the shorter version of what I just said, right? Water fills, then spills. Moons wax, then wane. Wang, do you still remember what Jie meant when she gave you your true name in that lone word? You came here to convince me.
It's like, hey guys, welcome to my room. It's me, Brother Wang. Oh gosh. If he becomes summonable and I summon him first thing, I'm gonna cry a little bit on the inside. It's like, ah yes, birds of a feather flock together.
With all that I've said, am I not also convincing myself? When I walked out of that tomb, I couldn't tell the difference between how a human should live compared to a beast. I watched the people around me, both nobles and peasants alike. No matter the time or age, the people in this realm are mostly unhappy, miserable. Yet this land is flooded with suffering. Mortality is inevitable, meetings are fickle, requests go unfulfilled, and love will leave one day. What happiness and joy there is seems so minuscule in comparison. Humans seek happiness and satisfaction, but they are no gods from the legends with their remarkable powers. Most times, they find themselves helpless, powerless. My curiosity continued. What's the point of living when there's so much hardship everywhere? Only after a long time did I come to discover. There is no happiness without sadness. How can one feel the joy of birth without knowing the pain of the grief of death? How can one rejoice over a meeting without experiencing the reluctance of separation? I finally realized, every taste in this realm begins with the flavor known as regret.
The man sadly picks up the pair of chopsticks and slowly uses them to put food into his mouth. Warmth spreads from the tip of his tongue to the rest of his body, and he cannot help but feel a little moved. He's like, dang, this is actually good. Little bro, your cooking skills are immaculate. Nom nom nom.
Wang, do you remember? You just returned from the northern border with your troops. I heard you just were back fresh from a fierce battle. I just opened my restaurant in Baizhou then. Jie was also in town for some errands, so the three of us enjoyed a rare dinner together. I still remember Jie made an exception and drank several cups of wine. She imitated her eldest sister's drunken posture, writing poems on the wall. I never saw you so happy before. It wasn't until midnight that the dinner ended. I was so tired I fell asleep at the table. The next day I woke in bed. The two of you were nowhere to be seen. I was happy. It was the first time you had a meal with us, but I didn't think it would also be the last. After that, we never met up again. Neither you nor Jie. What exactly do you mean to say?
Brother Wang, you became a hermit.
At first, I didn't understand why humans insisted on having meals together. Afterward, I slowly realized a will to eat well also means a will to live well. People who eat together can help each other and live on together. It's hard, but I've always been hoping to eat together as a family again.
Well, I don't blame Dusk. I mean, you see what Neon was doing, right? Putting in all the spice into the hot pot.
I've imagined many times of how my big brothers and sisters would come back to Baizhou one day. Maybe Neon and Dusk would squabble on one side of the table. She would bring back some fresh greens, while G would show off some mysterious treasures he'd gotten from who knows where. Maybe you're sitting together with our eldest brother and sister talking about the view from the frontier fortress I've never seen, and the strange stories that happen over there. I know our eldest brother is busy with official duties, and our eldest sister seems so freewheeling, but they're always thinking about their younger siblings, same as you. I remember all your favorite flavors. I racked my brain thinking about what dishes to make for our feast. Even if I knew deep down that day might just never come. Brother, you had your family reunion at my Rhodes Island. Why do you take so long to come home? You could have at least seen the siblings that I have. Brother, you? Even if I knew deep down that day might just never come, but I still keep on hoping, because this is what keeps me from feeling hollow inside. It's what keeps my life going. You know well it's an impossibility. Harboring these unrealistic ideals would only increase your burden. I know, but deep inside I just can't stop thinking about it. It's just human nature to do that. To be honest, I miss Gia pretty deeply too. When she vanished, I spent every day thinking about her. I would think about her when I woke up, when I prepared meals. I remembered how she taught me to read and write, and how she tasted my cooking, and every time I would cry. That was when I learned how eternal separation tastes to humans. Of course, I know you feel the same. So, the regret and pain inside you, I can sympathize too. Sympathize? How exactly do you plan on sympathizing with what I've gone through? You forget, we are all I. Still sad, no one came to his reunion. Poor brother you. I know you hate how the sweet regulator watched Jie die. You hate our eldest brother because he stopped you from taking revenge. You even hated Jie, resented her for paying the price on your behalf. But the one you hate most is yourself. I know you, Ang. You have to do something you have to do. And there's no way I can convince you to give it up. I just want to say, you don't need to go in there ready to die. I can't bear to lose any of you. Jie gave you a brocade, Shu gave you seeds. The only thing I can give you is this bowl of soup. What is this? It's a power I've never used before. I combine it with everything I've seen and experienced over 100 years outside the tomb to make this bowl of soup. Just take it as a helping from you to you. Wang, my brother, I really want you to come back safe. The haggard-looking man is silent for a long time. He raises his hand as if wanting to wipe the tears off the young man's face, but ultimately, his arm drops back down feebly. I didn't want you to get involved in this. You especially. You've forgotten who you are, forgotten the difference between man and beast, and even forgotten the answer you sought, which is fine. You could have just lived out as you were. So why? Why did you remember and come here? It's fine if I forget who I am, but I can never forget the flavors deep inside. The feelings of the people I care about. You've all dwelled in the mortal realm for too long, and resemble humans too much. But in the end, it's a mere resemble. I will help all of you. I will help all of you smash these fetters open. I will help all of you find a place on this land. I'll help all of you become human. Brother? The man puts down his chopsticks and bowl. He stands up and walks outside. I hope you finished everything. It was only later that I realized what the price he spoke of truly meant. It was a consequence I had never imagined before, even though my elder brother with the Grand Preceptor had long foreseen this outcome, or perhaps it was a way out. Bringing a guilty Grand Preceptor and leaving a legitimate and innocent prince to succeed the throne was the best result Yang could have, and also the choice they expected me to make, which I did. But what for? Is this the only way? Through a path paved with lies? Is this fear? Am I afraid of making a misstep and stirring unrest in the state? Afraid that history will inscribe my name with infamy for eternity? Is this resentment? Do I resent her for causing me to lose all that I had? Resent her for not staying behind to face all this together? Or do I resent myself for not doing more? Why am I feeling like this? How long have I not tasted such flavors? Is this regret? You know well it was a critical time. The Trulong had just died from an unknown cause. The court was in panic, and powerful foes were waiting just outside. If the situation hadn't been stabilized in time, the bloodshed would have been more than 1,000-fold greater. No, you don't understand. How could you?
It's true, I don't. All these considerations you've mentioned are leagues away from me. I couldn't even begin to imagine what it feels like, being responsible for the fate of so many people. The most noble sacrifice I've seen was just a few idiots who shed all their blood on the battlefield for their ideals. But your Imperial Majesty, you definitely know it's a lie, convincing the masses with this explanation. A lie that just happened just because the people will not allow the Trulong to make a mistake. The Yan under your rule has so much land, so vast it can accommodate 100 nomadic cities, millions of people. So why couldn't it hold one more kind-hearted person? Don't you feel any remorse for her? What choice should I make? What choices did I even have? How do I explain these principles to the one before me? No, why should I even tell her? Why did I meet her? What did I want to hear from her? Well, I get it. It's not a choice you'd make alone when considering the so-called big picture. Truth is not always power. When public opinion can triumph, everyone sees and believes in different things. The so-called truth only holds true to whoever claims it first. My dad spent his whole life trying to find out the truth, but he chose to accept this. It's not because he forgave you. He just agreed with the result you and the Grand Preceptor wanted to achieve together. The occupant of the Dragon Throne puts down his chopsticks, and a light faint sigh echoes throughout the Great Hall.
How do you want me to compensate for this?
Compensate? No, that's impossible. I know to you and Yan, the reputation of one or the fates of a few are not even worth mentioning. But for those unfortunate souls swept away by your grand plan, their suffering cannot be undone.
Then, how do you want?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about it before I came here. What kind of outcome do I even want? An apology from you to clear their names? But is that enough comfort to those who are gone? Does it mean anything to those left behind? I even considered the worst outcome of our meeting. A ball of flames ignites and extinguishes within Blaze's palm, illuminating the palace for just a moment. I just want you to promise me one thing. Don't forget them.
I said before, there's no need to wait on me here. Your Imperial Majesty's safety is paramount, so I beg your pardon for a defiance against your rule. The traitor's descendant wantonly barged into the Forbidden City. It was a merciful act to grant her an audience. Shall we charge her on the grounds of deceiving your Majesty? No. News from the Sui Regulator. The convict has returned to the ancient temple. Both Tianqi's and Imperial Guardsmen are already in position. Yumin is also ready for battle. Shall we give the order to slay him at once? Pass on my decree.
Lazy. You. Heh. Good to see you alive. What happened to you? Your face is all black and blue. Got your ass whooped? Ha! You want to talk? I can feel your hand trembling. Are you scared? Yeah, I'm scared. That's a Trulong after all. The king, the boss of a whole country. Just one word from him and many heads will roll. I'm not scared of dying. I've been on the battlefield after all. I've been in shit more dire than this. I'm just scared that my meeting with the Trulong would be fruitless, wasting the opportunity everyone fought so hard for. You idiot. Then tell me quick, what did you talk about with the Trulong? I asked him for an explanation for my dad, my younger sister, the relative I never met. I couldn't even see his face clearly, but I'm sure he felt... What's wrong? I'm happy they were able to have a nice talk. And that he actually ate her noodles. I would have been upset if he said, no. But that he actually tasted them... Yay. Though what a birthday for this guy. This will be the most memorable birthday for him. It's snowing? The two are in such a hurry that they only notice now that the surrounding air has gradually gotten colder. The energy poles scattered throughout the city gradually power down. It is mid-autumn, but the temperature plummets as if it's winter. In contrast to the dimming city lights, the twin moons shine ever brighter. Snow starts to fall. The nights here do look cool.
Time's almost up. We should go. Deputy Minister Yu. Put it on me. But, Deputy Minister Yu, we're all aware of the man you are, so why not? All criminals should walk with a Kangen chains. Even suspects should be clapped in irons. This is how you conduct yourself as a warden. Put it on me! As you say, forgive my dereliction of duty. Go slow. Let us savor this moonlight.
A snowflake floats through the window, landing on the prisoner's face.
What the? Why like this in the middle of autumn? And we even have snowflakes? Guchuan, I did what I promised you, brother.
Mingyin is back in the study. She takes out a pen and paper along with an incomplete history book manuscript. The story of the past, the hidden names. She knows them now and should be able to finish the final chapter. Yet she hesitates, her pen still. A gust of wind flings the window open and shuts the book. A single snowflake lands on her draft, making the first stroke. What? It's snowing? Blaze.
Is your shopkeeper still not here? He's really not here this time. It's fine. I guess I'm bound to never meet him.
Poor Mobufu. He just wants to be like, thank you for the food that one time. That was some good soup.
I vowed to show everyone a feast of 100 delicacies never before seen, but it turned out to be a joke in the end. I'm a joke myself as well. I'm ready to let go, be it Dingfeng Lo or my culinary skills. Chef Mo. He told me to give this to you when you showed up looking for him. He knew I would come.
Jiang brings out an empty bowl, where a wooden plate lies within, carved on it. In firm, strong strokes are four Chinese characters. Tianxia Di Yi, first under heaven.
I was told this tidal weighs heavy, but it cannot feed the hungry. He also said that while culinary skills can be compared, hunger treats kings and paupers alike, and that it didn't matter if there would be future top chefs or just common cooks among the people on a snowy night. He would have made that pot of noodles for them anyway.
The old man is struck dumb and then immediately bursts into heavy laughter. Snow befits his face. He's not felt this awake or elated for a long time. I was hoping he'd also leave him like a bowl of food. So Mobufu could be like, wow, it's a taste from all those years ago. Ah, wonderful. But nah, at least he has that.
Humph. He the true lungs decree. Mobilize 7/10 of the city's energy to open the tomb of Sui. Yes. The Fairymonths are also the citizens of Yan, no different than humans. And if my citizen has an injustice to appeal, I will grant him permission. Should he succeed, he would render Yan a meritorious service by ridding this 1,000-year concern once and for all. If he fails and the bestial Sui awakens, then he shall have the full might of Yan behind him. Together, we shall slay the beast until the threat is no more. Your Imperial Majesty, do you intend to pardon the convict? Yes.
There are many more I should pardon. I pardon the convict Fairmont Wang for the crimes of manipulating the court and deceiving the Emperor. I pardon the Grand Preceptor for the crimes of false counsel, self-deprecation, and treason. I pardon the deposed Imperial heir Yan Wu for the crimes of dereliction of duty, abandoning his brother, and failing to uphold righteousness. The abandoning his brother part probably feels the most personal, though. Like, brother! You left and you don't even answer my letters.
And as for myself, failing to discern right from wrong, bringing injustice upon the good, failing to prevent war, leading to the deaths of many. Crime so heinous, a pardon is impossible. Though unworthy of the throne I occupy, I must do what I can. I will ensure Yan's fate belongs solely to its people. I will settle my debt to this nation in full. And when the day comes, I will await judgment for my crimes. Yan Wu, it'll be time for you to return.
It's like, brother, you better answer my letter this time. Congratulations, here you go.
The night sky remains clear, only a few thin clouds float above, the twin moons unobstructed. The wind delivers a chill at a perfect temperature. Passers-by stop in their tracks to watch the inexplicable sight. So much snow. What's going on here? Baizao's energy poles are reducing in power. It seems the energy is being redirected elsewhere. The city has not seen snow for many years. I see. Blaze recalls when she entered the city, her eyes are drawn to these innumerable energy poles that seemed to never dim. She remembers what Xingzu had told her, Baizao's magnificent founding history. The city, this vast nation, history, and time, they have never stopped for anyone, until now. Lin Qingyan, doesn't snow that falls out of season carry special meaning in unique stories? What are you trying to imply? The truth is now revealed with white? Heaven sends snow to finally right a long-standing injustice? The typical snow in summer story? Maybe. Or something else. Those who are gone, what they leave behind will eventually disappear, just like the snow here.
Oh, Brother Wang's prepared then. All the power was used to make his equipment. I'm just imagining Brother Wang just taking them all out and equipping them. In this hand, a bowl of soup. In this hand, a cup. In this hand, etc., etc. I mean, not this hand, but around this leg, and on my head.
But those who are gone, what they leave behind will eventually disappear, just like the snow here. You... I know. I hope the snow will last a while longer. Ooh. Oh, that is tough. Yeah, the goat here.
Oh, man. You know, I'll give it to Lazy for bringing Blaze here. And, like, starting everything technically. Even though she was actually a pawn on the board all along, but she still was the one who technically started this all. Fully armed armored soldiers line up both sides of the path, spanning across the entire city. The man drags himself through the long black corridor. With every step he takes, he feels that ancient, enormous existence responding to his visitation. An angry roar, a hoarse howl. Oh, my head. This doesn't feel like the usual hangover from the Husung wine I had last night. Alas, I see. It awakens from its farcical dream. An inevitability. Fine, let's go have a look after this cup. Let's see what scenes await the end of this millennium-long dream. The poet looks into the distance. Clouds screen the sun. The realm obscured. Who was it? Professional work should be left to actual pros. Who the heck messed with my adjustments? Zip it. I've been here the entire time and no one's come. I sneaked out for just 2 rounds of mahjong with the Nongye Tianchis next door. How did this heart get hypertension again? Do you still not get it? I'm afraid
They've arrived. Arrived? But those old fellows at Baizao let him go in that easily? Did you forget, a century ago, he walked into the tomb the exact same way. Afterward, Jia vanished, and we still don't know what even happened. This time... Dusk, you scared? Yes, I am. This is it. Only someone without a heart or brain wouldn't be afraid. I have no intention to just vanish. Ooh, it's rare we agree on something. Then what are we waiting for? Let's hurry before those old bones realize what we're up to. You want to... With how things are, there's no way we're just going to sit here and wait to die. The Sui regulator is the least of our concerns right now. Let's go back home and hold a real family reunion.
Ooh, an actually family reunion now.
So it's you. I heard your voice. It's been a long time. Shh. I know you're in a bad mood. I can feel it too. I mean, I spent the longest time in the tomb after all. I probably know you better than the others. Strange, we're all eyes, so what's the point of going into this one side must perish situation? There's no explaining it, so I can only reluctantly accept it. Humph, you're strong, but I don't think we will lose to you. You slept for 1,000 years after all, but we spent the time living real lives, so how can we lose, right? I can't use the power I took from you, so take it back. Consider it a farewell from me. There's no avoiding this outcome, so we might as well treat it as a salvation. Sleep. A stove fire is lit. It is a warm flame harboring life and hope, enough to dispel the chill of the winter night and the anxiety in the people's hearts. The restless ancient behemoth far away returns to calm yet again. Moonlight fills the city, and every dreamer dreams of a good dream. Seeking an answer, he feels lost. Clarity he finds in worldly flavors. His life is a feast, an eternity aflame. It's gotten quiet inside. I suppose our youngest brother's soup was timely. We ended up troubling him a little. Was your visiting him earlier not a part of your plan? Truly, nothing gets past you. This is it. Shall we go in together? No. Hand me the items. With this blade, and what we got from our dear sister and youngest brother, our strength still pales in comparison, but at least the odds don't seem insurmountable. What now? Brother? This is well enough. You've done what I've asked of you. What I promised you, you already have. Our debt is settled. I will finish this myself. What's that supposed to mean? Things are finally even. If we have it your way, won't I be in your debt again? Leave, G. What happens next between us?
I've been playing against me all along, in order to determine a winner. We have long since ceased to be your vassals. Now we must fight, for victory or death. Just like the battle a millennium ago. Oh, my door's opening. Ah. I know, right? Look at all those Imperial Guards. Just like the battle a millennium ago, this too is inevitable. Your arrogance, your indifference, it all stops here. Well, Brother Wang's just tired of everything. Like, you can see how upset he is. He's just like, I just want this to end already, whatever. If I die, I die. Are you angry, afraid, anticipating? Come. Your move. And now the end. Essence herbal soup. Opaque soup with a sip of clarity. Do not ask the way. Seek it yourself. Hello, hello? I feel a bit hungry after this event. But I am determined to finish it. So woohoo, let's go! What night is it? A gloomy mausoleum sits in pitch-black silence. In the chaotic darkness, even time seems to come to a standstill. How long has it been since the last sign of activity in here? But on this day, a new voice echoes in the tomb. Where is this? A tomb. Who am I? Unknown. Who are you? Also unknown. Though they did give me a name. Sui. Oh, okay. So they've talked. Have you been here for a long time? The pools are kind of mean, but the event's fun. And in the end, I got Brother Yu, so it all ends well.
If you would, Mr. Yu. Before you take me away, might I make a presumptuous request? If it's not too much trouble, could you go over to that small restaurant across the street and buy me a bowl of plain rice with a cup of tea? It's no good to be in prison on an empty stomach. It's my job. Please wait a moment. Are you going? The sentence hasn't passed. I can't very well dally around the Judicial Review Office. I know, which is why I'm here today, to send you off. You don't seem to resent me. Now that I know the whole truth, I find no reason to resent you. Although, I could resent you for not telling me earlier. If I did, I fear you might be clad in the same fetters as I have on me right now. I had to leave a few worthy successors for the Judicial Review Office. I've raised an objection to your conviction. In truth, if you feel this is unjust, you can request a review at the 3 organs of justice. Oh yeah, it'd be so confused with all those memories. Would be like, wait a second, whoa, 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 what kind of lives I've been living? Like, ooh, I'm a kung fu master, I'm also a chef, and I'm a mahjong player who likes making films and eat hot pot, and I'm a person who likes painting. I do business deals, and I'm also a drunk. Wonderful. Great. Could you possibly think what I did is unworthy of a decade behind bars? But all that you did was ultimately for... What difference does it make? The law is the law, not a mere guide to what is moral. If I refuse to comply with the law today, how many more like me will there be in the future? And how much chaos will they create in the name of morality? It is unlike a disciple of mine to be spouting such words. I've been careless in my words. It's up to young people like you, and those who follow to steer the law closer to what many deem is right. I'll be waiting for that day, and since that pine tree on the mountain still stands, I'll just be waiting for you to cut it down and craft me a coffin from its wood. By the way, why are you coming today not dressed in the Judicial Review Office's uniform? I resigned. A thunderclap can illuminate a moment, but it cannot distinguish what is good or evil, true or false for everything. There are many things I cannot perceive clearly. The pine tree remains on the mountain, but is merely a tree. What the mountain climber sees in the tree depends on their intentions. I will return to the Tianchi Bureau and practice my craft for a while. Very well. Doing something you don't understand with muddled eyes will never bring you any achievements. Sir, there's still one thing I do not understand. Why exactly did you insist on investigating the Grand Preceptor's case? Why do you ask? I organized the files surrounding this case only to find Gu Chuan was not the only one who sacrificed everything he had for this affair. Gu Chuan may have had his own motives, but you have no direct connection to the case, save for being under the orders back then to bring this unresolved case at the Judicial Review Office to light. Mr. Yu, the meal you wanted. The waiter at Savers at You's refused to take payment and even said they look forward to seeing you again. Strange, I didn't even mention the meal was for you. I recall meeting Guchuan in a restaurant several decades ago when he imparted this to me. Too many colors blind the eyes, too many flavors dull the tongue.
Well, of course, the people at Savers at You will recognize an order. They'd be like, he's the only one who only orders rice. Just bowls of rice, plain rice. Like, rice, rice, rice.
I only understood his words later, probably owing to my short-sightedness and dull sense of taste. My eyes see only the unvarnished truth, and my tongue savors only the unaltered taste.
The man clad in prisoner attire turns around and takes one last look at the plaque above the doors of the Judicial Review office and the courtroom behind the doors. He bends down, scoops a handful of unmelted snow under a cypress tree, and sprinkles it onto his rice bowl. He finishes his meal in a few mouthfuls. Rice with the side of ice. Rice topped with ice. How nice. Ah, what a meal.
Tasty.
You Chang. Well, if that's what you're into, I shouldn't judge.
Thus I depart.
Goodbye, Yu Chang. Why are you here? Because of mistake and oversight. I can feel it. You're in so much pain, so much anger. But after so long, your wound is healing, your rage subsiding. You sound exhausted? Yes. My consciousness, my soul, it is split into multiples. Just like you. Where do they go? Outside the tomb, they call it the Mortal Realm. The Mortal Realm, is it a beautiful place? Not at all. There I witnessed the most savage slaughters, the most malicious plots, the most merciless betrayals. Kin destroys kin, love turns to hate. Arrogance caused my failure, because I could not comprehend human emotions. If the Mortal Realm is such a vicious and repulsive place, then why did they go there anyway? Because... Oh, it's her again. Or him again. Is this before you left and went out into the world? Okay.
Who goes there?
Oh, okay. Oh, Tianxi. From the other event, from Shu's event. Okay, so we got... I guess they're all meeting up. Interesting. Quite the distance you've hiked. Where are you off to?
Why does it concern you?
I'll tell you why. You caused a ruckus in Yan and you expect me to do nothing? You old things probably forgot the pain of the wound before it even healed. If we could beat you up and drive you out then, we can do it again now. With just yourself, laughable. Oh, was that a challenge to fight? Let's go. I know you have a few words down in that belly of yours. Let's see who's stronger, you or that painter. Let's see how long your leftover worlds can stand against my flames. You pay for your impertinence. Humph. Forget it, there's no use in killing you. You'd only mold another body to life just like before. Is this your excuse for backing down? I accept. I can't be bothered to argue with you, but before I locate your true form and off you for good, there's a question I want to ask. I'm curious, what exactly did that Weiqi failure promise you to make you obey his orders so willingly? No, not just you, all of you. His plots do not concern me. We only share some common goals. The one I seek is a disgraceful traitor imprisoned in a tomb. If you only wanted revenge, you could have just killed its proxies one by one, then waited for it to die in a war with Yan. So many years have passed. Your so-called kin on this land surely only numbers a few now. You're just feeling nostalgic. This human emotion is what makes you different from beasts.
Them beasts. Absurd.
No, nope. That can't be the only reason why you conspired with them.
Don't think you can fool me. In all these years, it has always kept a few pairs of eyes on you. Are you lots still thinking about that thing under Baizao? That thing under Baizao, what thing?
Uncle Lee,
Are we gonna find Dad here?
Dad? Daddy again?
This was the only place I got after asking around. After so many years apart, it's the first time I was hoping news about him would turn out to be false. But I can't think of anyone else who'd fit the bill, someone so obsessed with martial arts that they fought everyone worth fighting, and even intentionally injured others on multiple occasions.
How did he end up like this?
No clue. His obsession is unmatched, although the stronger the obsession is, the harder it usually is for the mind to break.
What was that?
Waifu. We'll find him soon, but be careful. You might be the only one who can wake him from his madness.
Let's go, Uncle Lee.
Was the blade falling into his hands truly a sleight of fate? Liang Shun, oh Liang Shun, if something were to happen to Huai Tianpei, I'd be on your head.
What's Dad doing this time? From a distance, a burly body can be vaguely seen in the depths of the cave. Heavy fists repeatedly pound the rock walls, leaving blood stains that resemble plum blossoms. Every punch shakes the entire cave. Only now do the visitors realize this cave has been carved out by the punches.
40 years. The first under heaven. When did I... The blade. I can't give it away. I better throw it away. My daughter. I won't let you harm her.
Dad? Dad, wake up. Dad! Well, hi, Dad. What a nice reunion. Oh my goodness, look at all these reunions.
You can almost see Baizao from here. Visiting this post house has unexpectedly turned into a trip down memory lane. What? You lot insisted in following me, so why the silence now? All who died here are brothers. All for loyalty. Lord Wei, someone's following us. Watch out. Impressive swordsplay. In the many years since we last met, your swordsplay has turned incomparable. Lady Chen.
Look, another reunion. Oh my goodness. Hi, Chen. Hey. Oh, Dad's still under the spell. Ah.
Long time no see. Wei Yanwu, uncle. Hui Jie. I thought what you did in Lungmen was the stupidest decision you could make. You and these men. What are your plans now, even? You shouldn't be here. Could it be Fumizuki? She told you? I made this decision myself. Nothing to do with anyone else. This affair, likewise, has nothing to do with you. True. I've never asked about your past. I considered it your private business, and felt I had no right to pry. I've been to many places these past few years, and seen many things I never saw or even thought of before. I think I've come to understand that despite all the contradictions in this land, righteousness still exists. What happened to my mother and my sister, you can't say that they have nothing to do with your past. So I want to see for myself how you plan to unravel this past you've been entangled with. You're entangled in your entire life.
Now back to them. I seem to suddenly remember many things. Things I saw within an enormous body, through eyes that can see through the mist. You're a part of this consciousness, so it's only natural you possess the same memories. But the mortal realm I saw is different from what you described. So what did you see? A fire. At the very beginning, the people congregated to fend off ferocious wild beasts and started a fire to light up the cold nights. They gathered around the flames, forged all sorts of tools, and cooked all kinds of dishes. Their faces bore many expressions I cannot comprehend. I really want to know what those feelings are. Such a thought is very dangerous. Dangerous? Your kin, the proxies who are already roaming about the mortal realm, entered it with similar thoughts, but the only thing awaiting them was endless torture. Did they all want to become human? Before I became one, first I want to know, what is humanity? Where should I go to look for my answer? Heh, just go. Take a walk in the mortal realm. A cacophony of emotions and desires will bring endless suffering, give a thought form, and it will resemble the dawn of chaos. Fall into its fetters, and you will never break free. You're not afraid? And then off he goes. Ah. Oh, just a dream. I guess it's not so strange to dream about it. Where's everyone? The young chef leaps off the couch, stretches himself, and rubs his eyes hard. The kitchen before him remains the same, pots and pans all in place. He seems to suddenly think of something and hurriedly opens the cupboard, taking out bottles of oil, soy sauce, and vinegar. Carefully, he drips a drop from each bottle into his mouth one by one, his brows tightly knit, deep in thought. Only after a long time does a smile appear on his face. Phew, thank goodness. Still tastes the same. Whether it's man or beast, whether I remember or not, it doesn't seem to make much difference. The flavors of the land are endless, and I've discovered all the ones I've been seeking. As for what comes next, let's not think about that right now. Enjoy the flavors of today, and leave tomorrow's worries for tomorrow. That's all there is to it. Let's get cooking. There's another day. I like how after all that, Brother Yu's just like, okay, time to get back to the grind. I do like how Chen went back there to meet up with them. It's like, did Fumizuki send you? It's like, she told me about it, but I came on my own accord. Oh gosh, so much happened, but yay for all the reunions. Truly, an abundance of reunions. Oh gosh, I forget how to even change people. Okay. I'm sorry, Ami. I'm gonna put you aside for now. Okay, in his case, let me just do... Let's see what I want to do. I'm gonna give him the cutest thing. He's gonna have a cute background. The sweetness. Okay, what my theme gonna be... Ooh, in this case... I'll just choose that. Why not? Actually, no. I still like that, because of cooking. Like, don't mind me. I'm just having fun doing this. There. Go have fun here. Overall, it was a sweet event. Blaze's backstory, though.
この場所悪くないね。それじゃ甘いものでほっと一息焼きたて数量限定です。ん？ドクターなんでもないよ。気にしないで仕事してな。私が借金から逃げるためにロドスに来
To
た。
dodge his deaths?
誰が言ったのそれ。確かにジニーちゃんへの家賃がちょっと遅れたけど。
You!
こうだって
You, you're being a little shit.
飲み食いしてるのに。
Like-
ああ、うちの兄ちゃん
I
姉
owe
ちゃん
rent, but you know,
腹が鳴った時しか
I paid him
私
in
のことを思い出さないんだから。
bro.
ドクター、これで誰がうちの兄弟姉妹で一番頼りになるか分かったでしょ。ドクター、ねん姉ちゃんに何を吹き込まれたかは知らないけど、もう一度言っとくよ。
Oh,
私の腕は
there.
安売り
There's a
しない
food one.
料理人ってのは火を起こすのにも包丁を握るのにもこだわりがある。ちょっとまさか昼ご飯をこの
But I
上
love
で済ませようと
chips.
してるの？
Yummy.
ったく何か作ってきてあげるよ。すぐできるからそこにいて。料理の腕前を言うならそりゃ自信はあるよ。でも珍味が好きな人もいれば淡白な日常料理が好きな人もいるでしょ。全員の口に合わせるのは難しいから料理人とお客さんの
Your food is perfect, you. Yummy.
ところでこの料理はどう？口に合う？次も特製料理が食べたかったらうなずくとこだ。
Yes, I'm nodding right now. I want special treatment. Thank you, brother. You.
ドクター、ねん姉ちゃんに何を
Ah, the
吹き
same
込まれ
one.
たかは知らないけど、
Getting punished though.
もう
It's
一度言っとくよ。私
like,
の
oh
腕は
no, what a
安売りしない
punishment! Fresh food from brother you? Oh no, I'm so sorry for eating this junk food. Nom 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 nom.
ちょっとまさか昼ご飯をこのお菓子で済ませ
Oh
よ
yeah,
うとしてる
speaking
の？
of food, there's some drunken noodles in the fridge. I just gotta warm it up.
作ってあげるよ。
Like,
すぐできる
delicious.
からそこにいて。
Close enough to. At least it's a noodle dish, right? So I may not have longevity noodles, but drunken noodles are fine. They're delicious. Beef drunken noodles, slightly spicy. Like, so good. Yeah, I did not reflect. Keep the punishments coming. Like, more fresh food. Nom 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 nom. I am satisfied how I actually got him. So woohoo! I wish I had a copy or more, but you know, I'm not gonna be too greedy right now. Plus, I still have other games to summon from. Like inside of Nikke, I still gotta summon Eleg, Summer Eleg. She has been avoiding me. And heck, in the morning, I'm gonna wake up early. Last night I was supposed to play Uma Musume, but because the whole tsunami thing that happened, no, did not have time for that, unfortunately. But I want to summon the winged girls before they leave, so I gotta play in the morning, like ASAP. So I'm gonna set an alarm. I'm gonna do it. I'm prepared. Ooh. Oh, it's gonna be fun seeing that. I want to know more about Brother Wang, if anything. Like how his outcome went after going into... You see the Sui. Otherwise, I'm curious about Chen. Chen accompanying her uncle to go back and have a nice family reunion. It's like, hi, Trulong, it's me, your niece, Chen. Nice to meet ya. Like, ta-da!
かまどの火の音がないとちと慣れないな。
Ooh, open beta.
こんな
nice.
静かだと
So many fun games.
眠い。
But oh gosh, for the most recent one, I am ready for Uma Musume. Kind of, sort of. Slight fear because it's so last minute, but it's okay. I will get a winged girl. It'll happen sooner or later. Hopefully sooner than later. But for now, I'll get ready for the night. So that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Epic gacha luck. Oh man. So many things to prepare. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. I just hope that OBS stops crashing because oh gosh, that was bad. It's been bad.